Jesus. Try and pick up what I'm putting down. M-U-L-L-E-T. Vibes.
My day was usual business. I walked with hair full of stress. Some would say that this was getting banal. As I sipped upon my coffee, an epiphany dawned on me. I would find my correct. Cause when it's business in the front and party in the back, you know you're gonna be okay. Cause the boss is on your ass, waiting for the weekend, can't see the light of day. It's the Mullet Man. Yeah, it's the Mullet Man. Yeah, it's the Mullet Man. Well, it's the Mullet Man.
Vibes.
The mullet seemed to call me, so I took a trip to go see just what kind of man I could become. So I went into the barber, my words couldn't have hit harder, and then the deed was done. Cause when it's business in the front and party in the back, you know you're gonna be okay. Cause the boss is on your ass, waiting for the weekend, can't see the light of day. It's the Mullet Man. Yeah, it's the Mullet Man. Yeah, it's the Mullet Man. Well, it's the Mullet Man.
Vibes.
As the mullet changed me, I noticed my power growing exponentially. So I used this power for good, as I knew I should, but I still can't get a date.
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capo who's brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise.
Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 tropes, but Capo continues lunch. He continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut Let me munch my nuts. Shut up. Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube! Ah!
Shut up. Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up. Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah! That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise.
Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack.
Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back.
With words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 tropes. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube! Ah!
Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah! That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise.
Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack.
Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back.
With words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 tropes. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube! Ah!
Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah! That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise.
Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack.
Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back!
With words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes.
And there we go, we're live. Hello and welcome everybody to episode 27 of the Ebon Death. I finished messing around with cameras and such, and we are now prepared and ready to go. So, who wants to do the recap this week after Solgra wrote such a stellar report of last session?
I volunteer as tribute.
Go for it, Cacto.
Okay, so after we left the secret exit under the palace, the party decided that the best use of our time would be to be artists. You know, we care for the mental health and soul of the refugees, so we decided to cheer them up by making sandcastles and other such, things to boost morale. And it worked, apparently, and, we successfully increased our soldier count by an unspecified amount. So, great success to us, really well done. Gershaw tries lighting a fire on a boat. Also for boosting morale, the soldiers really enjoyed that. I'm sure all of them will write to their children about this. I think we really outdid ourselves on that one. That was really good too. We ignored the refugees because that also builds moral support, and then we all went on the boat. We gave a pep talk, again, for moral support. Didn't work, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts, really. It's more for us than them, anyways, right?
I think there's some popping in your audio there, Kaito. Is it just you, or is it everybody else?
I was about to write that in the chat.
Oh no, sounds fine. Okay, yeah, it was just just Cacto.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'll
thought my
talk
sound
further
card
away.
was doing the thing again.
So we
Nice.
got on the boat, and Vim tells us about his adventures with the Vriss. That is not good for moral support, so we tried to cut it out of him, which was good, I think. Yeah, I think we really did a good job on that one. Torture is a strong word. I prefer forceful relocation of the enemy. So I think we did well on that one. It's pretty good. Yeah. We talked to Vitas for help. There was you know, a little bonus friend there in the form of Sil, and we didn't ask any questions because questions are hard. So we just kind of took it as it was. That's good. We did well on that one. Yeah. You know, take things as they are. That's the way. And then we successfully removed the grub, which is great. We didn't almost light a fire. That's hearsay. And mission success. Everything went well. We really played that quite perfectly, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I figure that's as close as we're gonna get to the truth of the matter. So, of course, I will now award Shareed with a Cardic Inspiration. There you go. And so, moving swiftly forward with the plot, the Snicks +1, the temporary Sneven, find themselves on one of the Order of the Sacred Flames galleons, complete with refugees, all making their way from the Echo base to join the rest of you. And over the course of the day or so that you spent on the galleon, doing things like talking to Vitas via the mobile stone and dealing with a risk rub, and having a long rest as well, eventually Otto finds all of you, including Astoria and Thratos, and informs you that the secondary boat has arrived, the one you'll be using for stealthy entry into the city of Kurhar. And he gathers the 8 of you in total on the top deck and begins to give you the rundown. And so he rolls out a map on a table before you and begins to talk about potential entry points into the city. Now, if you'd all like to load up Roll20, I do in fact have a map prepared for you, which I need to move the players to, and then switch over on stream. So here we go. You even have a little Sneven icon. Let me just move to Roll20. And so, while you are out at sea, right, so Otto leans over the map and he begins to point at locations on the shore. And he says, right, we've got a few options. Now, this particular region, marked with an X on the western edge of the Kurhar shore, is relatively unguarded. This would be a reasonably good place to land. Or on the eastern side of the docks, looks just as equally unused, and I imagine we could probably stealthily enter the city from that direction as well. Regardless of where we choose to go. I'm sorry, I can't actually move the map across on the stream far enough to see the left cross. Let's just we'll say there. Now it appears on stream. He says we can likely land this much smaller, much faster boat on the shore in one of these locations, but after that it's going to be the 8 of you and whichever of your soldiers, or Astoria's soldiers to be more precise, choose to follow you. Entry into the city from the harbour may be difficult, as there are reports that the Empire has begun building warships en masse. And so the port is likely well guarded and patrolled by many workers who are kept now within the Empire as slaves. And I would describe the city to you, but what I want to do is, out of character, Capo, would you describe the city of Kurhar for the other players so they have an idea of what's coming up?
To stick to the area we can see, or just more of a general?
As general as you want, yeah. Give us many details and I'll give you the changes that I've made after that.
Okay. Well, so just a general layout. You'll see here the outskirts. We're on a peninsula. The city is kind of contained to the outreach of that peninsula, with outskirts to the east of it leading to the mainland, and to the south of it what we're seeing here, kind of with the harbor and such. And then coming up like a bit further on in the background, we'll see a sturdy set of walls. In fact, a few kind of I don't know the word, like circles that are, or shapes that are within each other, of walls, kind of moving up in class as you get closer to the center. All centered around the palace, which is where we're trying to get to. There we see the edge of the walls there. Generally speaking, the streets are kind of laid out around main streets. Like there's a main street running through each of the segments of the city, and then just streets and buildings and whatnot coming off of that. That's about it. The south and east side are protected by walls. West and kind of north by the mountain ranges.
Excellent. All right. So in character, Otto begins to inform all 8 of you, so Thratos and Astoria included, in a more hushed tone, conspiratorially. I've had chance to catch up with some of our informants and spies, if you will, of the Order, and they've given me a surface level report of what has been scouted from this beach recently. Past the great walls leading into the inner city, we aren't able to tell much, but there's been a lot of smoke rising, and we believe there are multiple fires that are left to burn in the inner sanctum of the city. Although, from our long-range spyglasses, we've been able to tell from some of the more remote parts of the mountain that the palace remains untouched and in pristine condition. We assume this has something to do with the demonic presence that we know to exist within the Empire. I can't offer you much more information than that, but I would say be wary and be prepared. You may not be fighting Dragonborn when you enter the city. As for the specifics, we haven't been able to contact our spies that were inside the city prior to the fall of the rebel base. And he looks at all of you and says, prepare yourselves and your equipment as soon as possible. In Astoria, see how many of your men you can rally to join the cause, though I'd recommend not taking many with you. This really ought to be a stealth operation. If Caporius is still alive, and I hope that he is, his best chances are that he'll be in the palace. Although the downside of that is likely he'll be guarded by the most powerful demons in the Empire, and also his father.
Well, first of all, we need to get into the palace. So I'm just thinking with regards to each side, each beach side that we can do, which one has the more favourable cover? Like, are there any, like, sort of landmarks or anything that we can use as cover?
So Otto hands you his spyglass and he points you in the direction of the shore. And as you look through the spyglass, you can see that the western side of the harbour contains a lot more hilly terrain, as well as a lot more sort of ramshackle port buildings. Not all of these buildings seem to be in use. Some of them on the western side appear to be run down and possibly abandoned. But wherever you look along the entire shoreline, most of the buildings that you can see on the port, if they are not directly next to one of the harbours currently shipbuilding or maintaining a recently built ship, all the others seem abandoned. The only major movement and major heavy guard seems to be in the centre. So whichever way you approach from, you would have to likely enter the city, you think, by avoiding the most central points of the harbour.
I want to relay that information to the rest of the party. Just so I don't have to say it.
But what about RP?
I think we had plenty of that last session.
Solgra, you feeling better? Can I go and give Solgra a hug?
I wasn't ill. I was helping the refugees, you know.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, me too.
We all help the refugees in our own way.
And so as you're discussing...
Sandcastle.
As you're discussing the helping of the refugees, Astoria walks away from the table and begins to speak to 6 Dragonborn rebels and Vim, who are currently on the deck with you. You can't quite hear what she's saying from the distance, but it looks like as if she's relaying plans.
So what are we thinking? East or west?
I vote west.
West looks good.
I think if it's got a better option for cover, if we need it. What time is it anyway? Like.
It's
time of day?
just for the sake of how I've done the maps and how I imagine this going down, it's pretty late afternoon, early evening. Like the sun has begun to set, and it looks within the next hour or so that you'll be into nightfall.
I'm okay with west. Looks closer.
We better move fast.
And Astoria returns from speaking with the rebels, and she first approaches Thratos, and as she begins to speak to Thratos, she also sort of turns side on to the party and Otto, and she says, "We have decided we will take the eastern edge of the beach. I have 7 good men who are willing to risk their lives entering into the poorer areas of the city. We will take the outer walls as best we can and search for information and endeavour to meet with you in the palace. I think it's probably best if we take separate routes as to not draw more attention." And she looks at
the main entrance.
And she looks at Thratos and says, "Please, go with my brother's friends and help them. I will meet you in the palace, I promise."
Be safe.
And she nods curtly to Thratos, and she turns to the rest of the party and she says, "Good luck, all of you." And she walks back over to Vim and the others who dropped out.
Mustard.
Penny boss.
Fanny Boss is taking a nap.
If I move really far, I can wave from Russell's camera. Whatever.
I want to talk to Vim. I'll walk up to him and say, how are you doing, son? How are you feeling?
And he looks up at you, and with some trepidation in his eyes, he says, I'm doing about as well as I can be.
Sounds fair. Well, we'll get better from here. Just keep your head up.
And he nods, and he says, "It really better. But nothing's gonna stop me from retaking this city. I owe it to Caporius. I will be part of the team that rescues him. By the gods damn it, I'll definitely be in that city."
You will.
And you can see as he hides a wince as he sort of shifts his weight onto his other foot. And he looks over at the Snicks who are assembled and shakes his head and says, "But I don't really want to be in that group. Good luck."
He doesn't want to be with us.
I point you back to last week's session where...
No need.
It's okay. Can I walk over to Vim?
Is Russell coming back? Oh, there he is. Okay. As soon as the camera's on, no.
Oh.
There we go. Welcome back.
He's back with his soup.
Sorry, Shreed, you were walking over to Vim? Were you?
Vim.
Yeah.
And I hold out a peace offering Goodberry. And say, this berry's safe.
And
guy from Thrathel.
he reaches out with caution and very, very carefully takes the berry from your hand and then steps back a few paces. And he says, thanks. And he puts it in his pack for later.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Sorry for almost drowning you.
He gives a pained look and just sort of nods, and you can tell that he's still dealing with a few things emotionally.
Or like when he fucking attacked me dropping from the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Just
He
to
did
point that
realise,
out.
like the grub was like mind control. Basically.
Yeah.
So he had no.
Were you here last week?
Yeah, but he doesn't
Were
feel
you
bad
up
about
as
that.
well?
I,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Excuse me! Why are you doing an impression of me like that? What do you mean?
Out of control, I would really like to speak to the Historian.
And she's currently getting the troops and Vim onto their own boat, and she stood at the side of the deck, and she sees you approach, and she turns to you and greets you.
I'd like to approach her and shake her hand and kind of hold it for a second and say, I promise your brother that I get him to you. And I promise now that we will get you to your brother.
And she nods gracefully, accepting this promise you're making. And she retorts with, "I appreciate the sentiment, Solgra, I really do. But this is not about my brother anymore, or about me or our family and revenge. Considering the state of Kurha, if we don't put an end to this could spell disaster for the entirety of Edus. And with that in mind, I wish you the best of luck. I really do."
I do genuinely believe the best way for Kurha to move forward after this, if we manage to pull this off, is with you and Glorious.
And she nods and gives you a wry smile. And she says, "We shall have to see once this is actually over what the future holds for Kurha. Though I hope we get to see the day that things have been set right." And with that, the other soldiers get her attention, and she turns to you one last time and says, "It looks like we're ready to depart. I guess I'll see you on the other side."
And you.
And with that, she steps into the boat as it is lowered into the ocean. And very quietly, you can hardly hear the oars being moved, but you can see the boat begin to move towards its destination. And as it does, Otto gets the attention of the Sneven and says, right, I think it's about time that we start loading up. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go beat the shit out of something.
And the 7 of you are herded onto a small black rowboat. The wood appears to have been treated with some sort of magical substance. Those of you that are more familiar with the arcane Threatos particularly will recognize this to be some sort of vanishing potion that has been adapted to treat the wood. You're not quite sure how it works or what the effects might be, but you understand that this is clearly meant for stealthy operations such as this one, and maybe even feel slightly more inspired or at least confident about this mission once you set foot in this boat. Otto begins to do the honors of lowering it from the main ship into the ocean, and as you hit the water, Otto sort of whispers over the edge to you, and just says "Heads up!" And as you look up, a small vial is thrown overboard towards the boat. Roll, each of you, whoever wants to, I guess, roll an athletics check? Yeah, we'll go with an athletics check. No, an acrobatics check.
Gotcha. Or
Yeah, to see if one of you actually catches it.
yeah, the chances just to roll for that shit. It's no bothering.
It's a good idea.
Wow. Oh my.
Oh, bear with me, I've accidentally hit the Streamlabs icon because I forgot to remove it from my taskbar, and now it's going to start taking up all of my system and CPU. Go away, Streamlabs, we don't want you here. Bear with me as I start minimizing all the things. Alright, I think it's leaving me alone. Things shouldn't be too bad. Right, continuing. What did we all roll? Okay, so Threatos got a 32. No, that was for earlier, sorry.
I didn't roll.
Yeah. Oscar gets 19, 17, 20. Okay, so with that nat 20, you catch the vial before it lands on the deck of the boat. Just sort of grab it out of thin air. Looking at it, you instantly recognize that this is a potion of invisibility.
SPF 15. Oh.
Correct.
Okay, awesome.
SPF stealth.
Me likey. Did everyone else see that?
They saw it, fall down and you
they
catch
tried
it.
to catch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just staring at you.
And
You want this?
I want to be in good hands.
sorry, I'm just checking everything's okay. That clicking of Streamlabs accidentally has messed with my machine.
Yeah,
I think
no,
we're
but
good
he's
again.
just firing shots at me for no particular reason, so we good.
We good. Oh, right then.
Good
So,
hands? You think my hand's not good enough?
Well, I've known you for 2 days. I've seen what I've seen.
Likewise.
Stop trying to cause a fight.
and from
I've done
the...
nothing. I caught the. Imagine if no one caught it and it went on the floor and the boat went invisible and we went into the
Everything
ocean.
is the floors anyway. It would have been a-okay.
Yeah, but the floor would have been invisible. Gersha.
And from the
That's-
deck
that's fine.
of the ship, another shouting whisper down to you is Otto's voice saying, I thought that might come in handy. Save it for when you really need it.
Thank you, Otto.
I've only got enough for one of you though, so make good use of it.
I'll pass it to Solgra. I don't know where Solgra is on the string, so I'm just putting it to the right. Because apparently I'm not good enough.
No, I tell you to keep it because you are still technically the sneakiest one out of the lot of us.
Hey,
But I also
do you
have a
guys
plus
think-
13 in stealth already. Maybe
Do you
Make sure
remember,
it's
do you remember
sneaky, doesn't it?
Remember Oscar's tiny hut? Do you think we could cast it on the boat and then we'd just be invisible?
It wouldn't move though, would it?
Would it? I mean, if you put it on the boat and the boat moves, it's not moving. It's the boat moving.
But isn't the tiny hut also visible to things around it? No? Like, it's invisible on the inside, but isn't it like a visible hut, which... Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know that it can't be seen into, but I don't know if that means that it's opaque.
Yeah, because we had the same thing with the...
The wrist.
The big wrist. Yeah, before you got all horny. Yeah, boys.
Not here.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, you guys keep talking amongst yourselves. I was dealing with a completely separate thing.
Okay.
So who wants this?
I do think it's the best in your hands. I don't know if anyone else.
You hear that, Mr. Dragon?
It's opaque from the... why are you...
It is. I'm sorry. Apologies.
Okay, now. Like, just to paint the picture, this is an old guy, near the end of his life, who's just had his city fucked. Has met 7 people, or 6 people, whatever, who have done, done what happened last week and seen nothing else of them.
And he's having a go at me for being better at catching things than other people?
Sure, sure.
Anyway, Solgar said it's best that I keep it, Mr. Dragon.
He just keeps staring at you.
And so none of you have directly interacted with the boat, but you begin to realize that you are drifting away from the main ship.
I grab an oar and start rowing it towards the western shore.
As you begin to row, you notice that it's making no sound as the oar intersects the ocean water. And as you lower the oar into the water and then pull it back out again, it's completely silent.
How did they put like permanent WD-40 on this thing? This is crazy.
Maybe the ocean is...
And now, before you reach shore, can everybody roll a stealth check for me, please?
I think I need to roll with disadvantage. Yep.
Nope, no just a straight up regular stealth check. That's all I need from you.
Okay.
He has disadvantage.
Disadvantage on my stealth.
You're fine. You're in the boat right now, so there's no need. It's just a straight up stealth check. This is like the first easy check of the game. Don't worry about it.
But sit very still.
I'm effectively looking to make sure that nobody rolls a 1. Is that everybody? Looks like everybody. Okay, so you roll. So you make it to the shore and land on the beach, completely silently, making no noise. Not even discussion amongst the Sneven affects anything going on. You make it just fine. All right, so I have given control of the icon of the Sneven on this map, I believe, It is given to Solgra. Solgra is in charge.
Are we there yet?
So,
Are we there yet?
while you're on the beach, my ruling for the harbour is going to be I will allow you to move 3 squares at a time before we deal with any effects. So, now, Solgra, it is up to you to lead your intrepid party off of the beach and into the city.
Just out of character. Briggy, I hate you.
This is, I can't remember whose idea this was. This might have been Charles's idea, actually.
What? Wait, when was this my idea?
Actually, I can't remember specifically who gave me the idea, but it was like, if you're gonna have the entire party being controlled with one icon, give control to Solgra. So.
Oh, yeah.
True.
I did say that actually.
Yeah, there you go. It is Charles's idea.
I'll hands up. Sorry.
I mean, as a group, you can decide what you do. I only want one player to have access to the token to move you guys around. So you've now landed on the beach, and the boat looks partially transparent when you get out of it. It looks as if it could remain here on this portion of the beach undetected, and you wouldn't have to do anything about it. There's no need to cover it up or push it back out to the sea or anything. It can just sit here on the shore and presumably go undetected the entire time. So you feel as a group you don't need to worry about this boat.
I want to speak to Thratos.
Yes.
Are there any other ways in to the palace? Like any other ways into the city where we can, get in a little more instead of just barging in through the front doors?
Great not. City really is rather well protected. Unless you want to head west and start scaling the mountains to circumvent the wall.
Time for that.
It really isn't. It really isn't a good idea. No, the city is really quite well protected. The best way truly is to just
access
follow
to the
streets.
palace. Is there anyone who's allowed to just walk straight in through those gates?
Not to distract, but Cactus, you've still got popping on your mic.
Oh, let me restart everything then. 1 second.
No worries.
In the meantime, can I hug the boat and whisper to the boat you just said?
Yeah, you definitely do that. No rolls or anything, no need.
And is the boat out of the water by a considerable distance so that any shore difference or any tide coming in is not going to pull it back out?
No, but you can pull it further up the shore if you want.
Okay, that would be a good idea just in case, because I don't want to get caught high tide styles and then have no transport out.
Yeah, it's you find that as you sort of pull on the boat to move it, it only takes one of you. Like Gershor alone can pull it. It's actually remarkably light, much lighter than you could ever have expected it to be.
Lindsay.
Right. So are normal people allowed inside the city through the front gates, or would it be guards only, or dragonborns only, or who would normally be allowed through?
Dragonborns only is generally the rule, although.
So any information
the
about
thing
the
is,
city you're only going to get from Thratos, by the way. So anything that you want to know, it's either ask Thratos about it, or you wouldn't actually know until you got there.
Yeah, sorry, I was asking Thratos.
Okay.
Yeah, so with things being as tense as they are, we might well be able to just make our way through. Walk at the center of the explosion, as it were, in the midst of the chaos. As long as we don't actually run into Darimus, I am confident I could probably get us into the palace quite easily. I do still have quite a high standing with the guards and the general staff of the palace.
So we cloaking up and just keeping everything as hidden as possible? Or do you want like a split sort of thing where half of us would go some one way and then half of us would go through the gate with you?
There's no other way. Not unless you're willing to spend hours scaling the wall or scaling the mountains, like I said. Or
I have
taking
some
a tunnel,
tape.
God knows how long that would take.
Should we pretend to be your prisoners as you take us in chains? As you're the only Dragonborn here.
As Stratos mentions the walls, by the way, you can all see from this point on shore that you are. You didn't notice it as much when you were out at sea, but now that you're actually on land, it dawns on you the realization that the walls surrounding the inner city of Kurha are absolutely gigantic. We're talking several hundred feet tall. These things look ancient and just absolutely massive. You can see that from the entry into the city through that wall. You can't tell if there's any guards from the distance you're at, but you can see that the path is very wide and the archway is very tall into it. It's how do I describe this? It kind of looks like one of the walls from Attack on Titan. It's like that big. Like could be 300-400 feet high, and scaling it, it looks, from a distance at least, it looks like it's a very smooth stone surface. Like it would be a very laborious and difficult job to climb your way over it.
I like your idea, although I don't know how realistic it would look for just me to have apprehended all six of you. Never mind the fact that we don't have the shackles for that. Unless maybe one of you had the power to change their appearance. Anything like that.
I was just spotting the problem with that. That you might be expected to be at a certain place if you say that. Like going towards the prison house or whatever it is to like reporting the prisoners, and if you were walking in another direction, then that might not be too handy.
Then again, I know Daramus likes to keep his prisoners close. If not, maybe not the only one, but he's definitely got some form of, let's say, inmate housing underneath the palace.
Okay. Maybe we just would refugees work as a cover story, or people with information.
Perhaps.
Maybe we can go in as the cover that we've betrayed Caporius.
I think that would work, actually. I have enough, like I said, enough standing with the guards that I can at least get us to the palace without too many issues. Hopefully. And if we actually have a reason for all of you to be coming along with me,
so
that would be the one.
That sounds great. I mean, so if you lead the way and do the talking for ourselves, if you would, that'd be cool.
If you guys could cover yourselves up a bit, especially those that are, let's say, distinctly non-dragon looking, that would be probably for the best in terms of not attracting attention on the streets.
I pulled the hood up of like the cloak of protection, so.
Don't know about the demons that there is speak of. For the Dragonborn, that will definitely, well, those I can definitely take care of.
Actually, that's a good point. Whilst we're walking, I want to use one key point to use my the visage visage of the astral self thing. So I have that whole like 120 feet of vision thing. Is that true vision or something?
Although, come to think of it, I do know that Darimus has, even when I was still there, been in contact with the demon who serves Idal. Which, well, from what I know, which isn't much, in that realm, means they are probably quite powerful, yes.
Yeah. Funny you should say Idol.
What's funny about that?
We kind of have a thing against him, and yeah.
You have it. Well, that. Good,
Yeah,
surely.
that's good. Yeah. It just
He seems to be the one who's summoning the Riss. The ones that made the grub.
Are you saying there's more of them elsewhere?
Thousands?
Oh.
tens of thousands potentially at this point.
Well, we better not dally then. So yeah, I think to kind of circle back to our original point, I think our best approach is to literally take the streets. It'll be the fastest. If there's any Dragonborn guards, I feel fairly confident that I can make them go away. If there's demons, we will have to find a solution.
I'm just gonna do a quick just scan of the area a second, immediately around us, to see if I can see any darkness.
Okay, so looking around on the from the beachhead where the 7 of you are currently stood, you can see a fair way sort of onto the harbour itself, and you notice that the closest parts of the harbour to you remain abandoned for now. You don't really see any guards or any kind of presence, and the nearest buildings to your north also appear to be entirely abandoned, sort of ramshackle warehouses. A lot of dead trees, dead foliage surrounds the buildings and this portion of the harbour, as well as generally the area around you looks fairly desolate, and sort of like a blasted lands. It's not good. It definitely doesn't look like the kind of place you'd want to spend a lot of time. From looking at it, you don't know how long this place has looked like this.
So he's gonna walk through the front door then?
Sounds like it.
I can circle around the houses, keep away from the busier part of the port a bit, but other than that.
Oh, remember, you can move 3 squares, then stop.
Cool. So around the houses. Oh. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so as the Sneven make their way around the various buildings that make up this this sort of harbour, you walk for a short distance and find that you can't really see any other life around you. There's no people, no work happening. The sounds of the harbour are much further away from you at this point. You do see to the north of you the end of what looks like a cobblestone street, although it as well looks fairly run down.
Are people living in these houses?
From where you're standing, sort of walking across this patch of land, the buildings directly to your east right now, they look abandoned and sort of run down. It looks kind of like if it's not a warehouse or some sort of formerly used like official port building, it looks kind of like a shanty town.
Okay.
We're moving forward.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, so as you get closer to the wall, you can't see anything, but you can make out distant sounds as you get closer to the wall itself, presumably from the other side. You hear a distinct sound of fire, which would back up the smoke you were able to see from the city, from the boat. You also hear the occasional scream or cry for help, and some much nastier sounds. These sounds don't appear familiar to you. The party's first concern might be the sound of Riss, although it doesn't appear to be the sound of Riss at all from the other side of the wall. It does sound equally concerning.
Many guards on the walls.
The bit that you're stood next to currently, the closest parts of the wall, it doesn't look like there's any current patrols. Roll survival for me.
All of us?
Just throughout us.
Just us.
Or
Okay. Yeah, you don't really notice whether or not there's been any guard patrols around here recently, or any footprints or anything.
okay.
Moving further.
Sounds good.
3.
Okay, so as you walk along the edge of the wall, you can hear closer to the city gate. You can hear the sound of dragonborn guards, sort of the same indistinct murmuring and discussion happening that you might have heard back at Echo Base. You're still also hearing the sounds coming from inside the walls. They're not getting any more distinct than they were earlier, but they are slightly louder now that you're sort of creeping along the wall.
I whispered to Thratos and Solgra, do you think we should light the boats on fire? And then the guards will go check it? And then we can walk in?
I think you're a pyromaniac.
You're not wrong.
If we light the boat out fire out here, that will lure more than a few guards through the door that we're trying to get through. Many guards already out here are
And
relatively
also-
low concern to us.
And also, wouldn't it be a little bit suspicious that the boats are on fire and then all of a sudden Caporius's ex-friends came in?
That's fair.
I think we continue.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, as you approach closer to the city gate, or at least the south side entry into this inner city, you can see that there are 3 royal guards stood watch, sort of on the pathway. They look bored. They're just kind of stoically stood looking out from the city. You can see now between them further into the city itself. You don't get a great view, but you can just kind of make out the path behind it. That's not revealed. That was hide. Sort of make out the path into the city. Some of the fires can be seen in the distance now that you're looking through the opening, but you're you're not getting much more information than that, just from what you can see. They haven't seen you yet. You are in the cover of night now. You are remaining fairly well concealed. You can see this road in front of you that leads out towards the harbour. No one's currently travelling it. All the noises of the harbour are coming from the centre of the harbour, where the ships are being worked on. This sort of region that you stood in, yeah, it's just you, 3 guards, and this opening into the city.
Then they're in the doorway. I take it.
Yeah, they're currently stood. One's looking a little more idle than the others. He's you can tell from this distance, just by watching for a while, you can see he's kind of eyeing up a stool that's near the wall, but he's remaining stood to attention on guard duty. All 3 of them are equally spaced, so they can't even really talk to one another. One is stood to either side of the road, and one is stood directly in the middle between them.
I walk up to the middle one.
As you approach the middle one, all 3 of them draw their weapons and look out at you and begin to sort of peer into the night. And you hear the middle one call out to you, "Master Thratos, what are you doing here?"
I bring Darimus what he wants. I bring him the direct way to the heads of his children. I have found his allies, and they have agreed to help us.
They're going to help us.
They are. Also, yeah.
Roll persuasion for me. Persuasion or roll persuasion.
And I chime in from the side. Yeah, that Caporius guy. You know, he stole a good berry from me one time. Hate that guy.
Is that for guidance or just for banter?
For guidance.
Okay. How much is that? D4?
Yeah.
24.
All 3 guards begin to lower their weapons and stand to attention once again. And the center guard, who's addressing Thratos, they don't really look at the rest of the party. They don't really give you any major attention. The center one, speaking to Thratos though, he says, the city is a different place now, Master Thratos. Though I'm sure Emperor Darimus will be pleased to see you and our new allies. I'd recommend caution as you travel to the palace.
Thank you, Varusman.
And all 3 of them bow deeply before you as they let you into the city. And as you pass through, all 3 of them say to you, "Tiamat be with you."
And you.
And without any incident, you make it into the city and through the gates. As you enter the city, you are able to see much more. And so, let me do a little bit more of a reveal for you on the map. Reveal areas.
Could we take a quick break soon?
We can. I'll just get a bit more of the map shown to you. You can see around you, as you enter the city, the cries of other dragonborn within the city. You, at best guess, you see the fires blazing across the city, and you hear much more clearly now the whispers of a demonic presence. You can't see anything in front of you, but you definitely feel the presence more than anything. It's like a thick miasma that sort of clouds the entirety of the inner city. And all 7 of you feel distinctly unsettled as you cross the threshold and into the inner city now. Do you want to take a break now? Alright, we're going to take a quick break to get refreshments, but you can listen to this awesome music that's playing in the background now. So let me just go to the BRB screen. There we go, we are set to BRB.
It's so cool. I love it.
It is very cool.
Been waiting for you guys to get to the city, man. I was planning this. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, guys. So, we have entered the city now. We have this cool music. Everyone has now managed to retrieve their beverages. And we have officially entered the city. I'm looking forward to what comes next. We got some cool things planned for you.
Ricky, DMs?
I will check them now.
Oh man. Briggy, quick question / cheeky thing.
Yeah.
The crystal had a negative effect on me, right? Because it was anti-celestial.
Yes.
We're now in a place where there's a strong demonic presence, which I assume is linked to, well, my blood. Would there be anything in that?
So I don't need to think about that. Sorry, I was just dealing with the DMs.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Might have to do some minor camera changes post break. That's fine.
Okay.
Go back in 1 second as well.
Okay,
worries. Yeah, I might have to mess with the cameras before I come back from break, but that's absolutely fine. Sorry, you were saying demon blood and you. What about it?
No, so there's a strong demonic presence, right, that we can physically feel.
Yes.
Is there anything to do, because it's linked to Idol, I assume, and...
No, sorry, the demonic presence you feel is literally like a demonic presence. There's an overwhelming number of demons in the immediate vicinity. Which demons, you don't know. You haven't seen any yet, but you can tell, especially you can tell, that they are on all fronts wherever you go now. The city exudes this darkness that makes it dangerous.
Fair play, man. Yeah, no, I had no idea. And my visage, I'd assume, is still up. Or do you have to recast it?
That should still be up.
Alright, cool.
I'm going to need someone else to do another Discord stream because Aya's had to drop out from not feeling well.
Okay, I will.
So I'm going to redo the cameras before we come back from break.
I will restream us from Schlees.
Cool. Studio mode, right. That was well timed at least. So, let's see about editing all these cameras on the fly. So, camera position 1 and 2 are now dead. Position 3 goes over that. Position 4 goes over that. Yeah, I love doing camera edits on my break. No, it's fine. Shit happens.
I'll try and keep you company.
Entertain the people, Charles.
So, you all heard about them risks? You know, fighting them's a little risky.
Hew.
I mean, you know, it's,
Okay, that's that one
they've
sorted.
got Tom Cruise starring in a sort of like not rom-com, but sort of like a thing. It's a risky business.
Okay, goodbye.
We're done here.
Yeah.
No more of that.
There's this really cool game that's actually coming out. It's Risk of Rain.
Wait, Resident 3 is coming out?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You can't just say words like that. You can't. You're banned. You can't. I play Risk of Rain. You cannot. You cannot.
Yeah, no, Risk. I need to get Risk of Rain 2. It looks really good.
It's really fun.
Is there a co-op mode in it as well? I'll be up for it now.
Yeah.
There we go. You know what? Actually, I'll say it now. Like, actually doing the camera setup that I stole the idea from Cactus made that really quick and easy to swap everything out now that Ace had to drop out.
Right?
Charles, do you?
No, it was a very quick
have
change.
Your character sheet in front of you or not?
I do. I can't edit it.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering because I can see yours, so it's like surely you can see it, but you can't edit it. That makes sense.
So, thank you. I'm gonna move a second.
And everybody in chat, pass your love on to A, who is not feeling very well.
Hearts.
You will be missed, and I hope you feel better soon.
Feel better soon or get killed off the campaign. What was that? Sorry, what?
Yeah.
So how are we doing this in character? Is A just going on like a song rating break or something?
A will just be sorry. Oscar will just be there, but quiet, I guess.
Not bad from the theremin.
Yeah, just kind of unsettled, I suppose, by the demonic presence.
Is he left?
Yeah, he's not feeling very well.
Unfair.
It's I believe, as you mentioned earlier, it's post-vaccine stuff, so it's fine. We've
It's
all been
Johnson
through it
and
now,
Johnson.
I think. I think we've all dealt with it.
Better soon.
I haven't.
Have you not? Oh, yeah. Oh, then some week in the future, I'm sure you'll be off the stream as well.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's this Sunday, so
Look at those guys with
we'll
these
see.
fucking buttons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, what?
I haven't done a drop in a while, actually. I just realised we're still on the break, so I'm gonna do a quick drop.
Drop.
Yeah, but Capo, seriously though, I do recommend taking the day if you can.
Oh yeah,
Really live.
definitely take a day.
Did I?
What
hang
time
on
do
a
you
minute.
have it?
I don't remember. I'll have to check.
Because
I sent an email to my students for Sunday, though. Did I remember to cancel this Sunday, or am I stupid?
yeah, I did just double check just in case because I mean like
Holy
not
crap.
to scare you, but I mean like a lot of people have been feeling a bit crap after it, and I personally passed out after it.
I thought Capo
Yeah.
had done it, but Silver's come in and taken the win.
Oh, I dropped on my phone.
It depends. You might have like almost no side effects.
I had nothing apart from very sore arm.
Coffee, what is that emote? Let's get weird. That's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot to cancel next week, like an idiot. It's such a big email.
They actually cancelled my my second appointment, and I had to rebook it today, but I rebooked it for like 3 weeks sooner than my second appointment was already booked for, so it was a win in the end.
Okay.
When is it?
Well,
Now it's going to be the 6th of August, I think.
Wow.
So soon I will be able to re-enter the outside world, and I don't want to. Not a fan. I'd like to stay indoors forever, please.
And it's a hard drop. I mean, no, hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard drop is
Hard drop.
perfect.
Hard
Yeah.
drop.
I would like a soft drop in the outside world. Just gently.
I've heard too much of it in the last 4 months.
Right. Are we well back and prepared? Looks like roll back and prepared. Alright,
I
so
have 9
returning
multiple water.
returning to the map and bringing the stream back. I should have fixed it, so we should all be good. Yes! Everyone is in the correct place. Yes, they are. Cool. Right, we're back. And I believe Silver won that last drop, the one I was paying attention to. So well done, you. I should really start giving away something for people that win those drops, like, you know, being able to to like bless or curse the party or something. Make it
Or
interesting.
inspiration if we win.
Inspiration for the party if they win, and I'll figure out something for the audience to do and get involved in the future. I'll have to think about it.
Inspiration for the party if the audience wins.
Maybe
Just a
Yeah,
thought.
they can pick someone to give inspiration to.
Okay, Silver, pick someone that gets inspiration. Or if you want to,
Silver.
demotivation.
Demotivation?
Yeah.
Be nice.
Demotivation will be next roll is disadvantage. So anti-inspiration.
I like that. Give them the choice.
Yeah, so Silver can pick either way. Right, so you guys are in the city now. And you can hear the burning flames of buildings around you. The occasional cries of people. Sometimes what you think are possibly the voice of children also crying out. You have this terrible gut feeling about the state of the city. This seems wrong on so many levels. But you can't actually see anything immediately in your vicinity as you pass through the gate.
Can I adopt every child?
You don't see any currently. You only hear the occasional sounds.
As Soldier says that, I give her a handful of good berries. I hear people like these. You might be able to pass them off.
Thank you.
So you now have 10 good berries.
That is gonna cast mage armor. As you move our way into the city.
Okay. Move your way into the city.
Which way are we going?
Go straight up.
We'll reach the crossroads and then we'll decide which direction we're going to go in.
Alright, so entering the city, you do your best to sort of stay aware of your surroundings and do some looking around as you take this main road. Gershaw, could you roll for me a investigation, please?
Oh god. Got -1 on that.
Yes, I believe it is a -1 on that for you.
Shall I inspiration? I don't think 9's high enough to pass.
Okay, so you rolled a 9. No worries. Sorry, I just realised I've got DMs I haven't looked at.
Shall I? Is that enough to pass? Shall I? No way. Or can you not tell me? I think I might have an inspiration, but I can't.
Alright, so rolling a 9, you're walking with the rest of the party through this part of the city, and you find yourself distracted by an odd noise, and you end up walking slightly faster than the rest of the party as you head forward. trying to find the source of this strange noise. And as you get a few steps in front of the party, if you've not realized it, but you put some distance between yourself and the others, and you come upon a entrance to an alleyway as a small creature catches your attention. Sorry, I'm just zooming in on the map for stream so we can see it better. Okay. So, here we go. The party's way at the bottom down here. And Gershaw's up here. As he passes this alleyway, he sees a small creature next to him. And I need to play the sounds.
Is it friendly?
It starts making some noises at you.
Hi there, little buddy. How's your day going?
Lower that music and bring up Sirenscape so everyone else can hear that, because it's a bit quiet.
Look at Solgra.
So happy.
Probably don't want to adopt that one.
Shareed, can you roll Arcana for me, please?
Can you roll adoption for me?
Yeah, give me an Arcana roll, Shareed.
5.
You believe that it might be some sort of bird, but you don't know what this is.
Kind of looks like my cousin Jimmy. They're a bit ugly when they come out of the egg, you know. Like a featherless bird.
Let me,
What is
for the sake of Discord, for the party, I am going to post a larger image in the settings info of what this thing looks like.
Also, who is next to me? Oh, that's Stratos.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh yeah, that looks just like cousin Jimmy.
Hi, little buddy.
I whisper yell over to Gershaw. I think that's my cousin Jimmy.
Oh, hi, Jimmy. I see you brush your teeth.
He's definitely not a Barry.
No, like he's definitely not a berry. I mean, it might be his nickname. I don't know why.
That's just how baby birds look. They don't have feathers yet. They're kind of ugly. Totally normal.
Do they all have that tongue?
I think so.
I mean, is that
And
what the
I
birds
do my
come
best to
from?
like and like stick my tongue out.
All joking aside, what the fuck is that thing?
I'm trying to figure that out.
It's something.
That looks like a chicken.
Okay,
But
can I like do
Doesn't
like
look like Kevlar
an
to a
insight
electrical
check
balloon.
maybe or something? I don't know.
The creature, it makes attempts to leap at you and attack you.
Does it count as a missile?
No. And
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Jimmy.
it begins to peck at you, and it hits you for 4 damage, and then another 4 damage.
Oh,
So you take 8 total damage.
this
You
guy
can
is
see it's attempting to fly.
Just wring its neck or something.
Right, I'm gonna summon Arms the Astral Self, use a key point and absolutely fucking demolish this thing. It is dead. How fucking dare it? I didn't care, so it's gotta roll a... Dex 13 saving throw.
Dex 13 saving throw. It fails.
It takes 2d6 force damage. Just rolls. Four damage. And then
Four damage.
I'm gonna try and hit it twice with arms the astral self.
Alright, roll to hit.
Poor Chinkin, what are you doing?
I don't care, it pegs at me. This is the true pecking order, I don't care.
Are you pecking back with the arms of the astral self?
Yeah, so like, I'm attacking like this at me. 14 for the first one.
That's a hit.
Okay, damage for that is... First one is 11.
11 damage.
And the second hit, I'm gonna roll to hit.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
Oh, he's already dead.
Yes.
It's a chicken! I peck it like this, like directly through its fucking eye hole and just like demolish its head.
It doesn't have eyes.
I make eye holes. And then demolish them.
A stream of blood sort of runs down your hands and onto the cobblestone floors of the streets of Kurhar. As you create holes where eyes should be on another creature, as you do, the abyssal chicken explodes into a cloud of mist and viscera.
Yep.
And it dies.
I put it down with the arms the astral self, and then I'm like, cool, that's sorted.
In the distance, you hear lots more of the sounds. It's
Guys, I'm gonna say it how it is. You know how chickens like to travel in groups? Well, what I just killed was a demon chicken. So we're gonna need to move. Like, now. I'm gonna throw the demon chicken's corpse up the road towards where the other chickens are, because they should, if they're following the conventions of normal chickens, start to eat that body first before starting to attack us.
Is that what your chickens do, Charlie?
I know, but in all seriousness, chickens are cannibalistic. If one dies, then they will. Yeah.
Bruh.
Harsh reality of the world.
okay. You throw the abyssal chicken's carcass as far as you can throw it, which yeets it into the square directly north of you on the map.
Farewell, cousin Jimmy.
Honestly, that was a lot of fun for me to plan, because I found out that abyssal chickens were a thing, and I was like, well, Gershon's gonna fight one of these.
Anyway, I hope you had your little moments. Can we continue now?
Dude, I was... Pecking order.
For the crossroads, do we go right or left?
Right.
Right, yeah. Main road will
Right
lead us
makes
straight to
right.
the palace.
Okay, so as you pass by what looks like a rather large flock of abyssal chickens, they are busy fighting each other to eat the carcass of the one that Gershon threw. So you were lucky, you've passed by the remainder of the abyssal chickens, although the sounds of a demonic presence continue to grow and the fires continue to burn all around you in the city, making it difficult to see above the buildings and the trees that still stand around you. You get a sense that the palace will be relatively easy to find if you follow the main road, although between the bits of smoke you can just kind of make out the wall of the palace to your northwest of where you are. But you see no way of entering from your current location.
We move forward.
Go ahead. You get the sense, all of you, that you're being watched.
Is my visage still up?
Yes.
Can I look around?
You can. You don't see anything other than the fire currently of the buildings around you. Some of the buildings nearer to you right now look like they've been sort of ransacked and abandoned. Blood currently lines the streets, and again the dark voices continue to sort of echo in your mind. Each of you dealing with different phrases and words being spoken into your mind, sort of giving each of you the sense of being watched, but you cannot see or tell from where. Might not even be this plane of existence, but you definitely don't feel like you're being as stealthy as perhaps you think you are.
Everyone else is feeling that, right? I mean, I know you mentioned Idal earlier, so maybe it's that. We've had experiences with that in the past. ID, Kevlan. And I guess that makes that thing back there, Kevlan 3.
Kevlan 3? How?
Don't worry about it.
A chance.
Kevlan Actual Guide, Thinking Turned Lich. Kevlan 2, Chicken, which got burned. And Kevlan 3, that thing. Resistance of chicken.
I lean over to whoever's closest to me and ask, is he having a stroke? Does he do this often?
Nah, it's just Kevlan. You know Kevlan. Great guy. Fireball.
Can
Chicken.
we please keep moving forward?
Moving. Let's go.
You find yourselves now at another crossroad. You can see the building directly in front of you. Looks to have been, again, ransacked like the others. Parts of it look like they were. Looks like they've been on fire and extinguished naturally just through a lack of fuel, as parts of it begin to crumble and collapse in front of you. The buildings that you've seen so far all looked very opulent and like they were the abodes of very rich and well-to-do nobles. Thratos will be very familiar with the layout of the land, as well as those that lived in each of these homes, potentially. The streets so far have seemed somewhat empty, even of enemy presence. You've seen a few of the abyssal chickens down various alleyways at a distance, but you've managed to avoid running into any of them directly. The majority that you've seen have just been, stragglers, occasionally one or two, just sort of around in alleyways, although from a distance, looking down longer alleyways and down roads, you can see large flocks of them gathering. One such flock of abyssal chickens appears over here, travelling southward. They seem to be grouped together, occasionally stopping to peck at one another and making horrible noises as they fight. But they aren't moving in your direction, but they do seem to be moving south. A lot of them seem to be dripping fresh blood. You can tell maybe at this distance that there might be somewhere around 15 to 20 of them.
I know that they're only chickens, but I think it's best we avoid them, just in case that scuffle invites more trouble.
Agreed. Agreed. Let's continue away from them. Making our way to the palace. We have no time to lose.
Should we go left or right? I'm saying left and up.
Maybe left. Other way
Okay.
around it.
Left and up.
As you turn the corner, you see, moving this way, another group of these sort of pack scavenging abyssal chickens. There looks to be, only in front of you, only 5 or 6 of them, but you can't quite see around the corner to see if they're following a larger pack. But you get a sense as you move closer to the palace that you're seeing more and more of them now. Again, every street that you've travelled now for the last couple of turns has been running red with blood, and as you've turned this corner now, added to the blood, you're starting to see sigils that are currently actively burning, either on the ground or on the walls of buildings. You don't recognize the sigils, although the general design of them definitely gives sort of an air of demonic power. They don't look identical to the ones you've seen in the Risk Catacombs that dealt with Idal, but they definitely have a similarity to them.
Should we put those out or just keep going?
I'd suggest keep moving forward. Even if they're aware of our presence, I don't think it's a good idea to actively annoy them by stopping whatever they want to do.
Let's attack them and if they attack us.
So you managed to make it past whatever scavenger abyssal chickens have been around, and you start to be able to see just a little further through the smoke and into the city. Let me do reveal areas for you. But yeah, feel free to take another turn. There's not much change since your last turn. Looking up this street into the crossroads, you see, passing by from left to right, a large demon. You are uncertain as to what kind of demon this is, although you can see something burning either on or near the demon, and the fire sort of moves with it. The demon looks to be accompanied by 3 smaller demons with 4 arms, and just as quickly as you turn the corner and see up to the crossroads and sort of glance at them, they pass out of view, heading what you believe would be out of the city. Feel free to move again.
As we're walking, I speak to Thratos and I ask him, have you ever seen any of those like that before?
Not of that size. No. The ones I have seen have been more subtle, let's say. Although I can't say I'm surprised at what I'm seeing.
Out of character, do they look anything like the Tanaruk?
No, there's not really any orcish features to them.
Okay.
At least at the distance that you saw them at, they don't look like a Tanaruk. They look like something else entirely.
Do you know how long the demon dealing has been going on?
Not sure, really. It's been at least several weeks since I found out about it. But as what it felt like at that point is it wasn't a new thing per se. It was just a well concealed thing, maybe. I'm really not quite sure. The whole thing is quite foreign to me, but yeah, wherever he gets his information, he gets his help. They seem to know what they're doing.
Do we keep moving forward?
Okay, so entering the crossroads now, you can see a bit more of the city. Although there's not really a lot more for me to show you outside of the castle. Although it does stretch as far as over here. You can see through the gates of the city part of the poorer section of Kurha. It looks to be in a lot more disrepair. Even the small section that you can see through the gate is it's very obvious the sort of class difference in the elite that lived in the inner city and their lifestyle versus that of which the lower classes would have had to deal with. The fires look far worse on the outskirts of the city than they do in here, and in here it already looks pretty bad.
As we're as people are kind of looking in that direction, and before we move on, or as we move on, you might notice that Stratus is not looking there at all. Rather, he's looking at one of the houses on the corner, just kind of absent-mindedly staring, till he notices the party starting to move and just kind of follows along, saying nothing.
Do we notice that?
Oh no, are you going north?
Also, that's the wrong way for the palace.
Is it the wrong way for the palace?
Palace is on
My
the
bad.
It's also the edge of the map that I made. They don't have anything for you
Oh,
north.
look, come in.
Also, I don't know.
What was that, sorry?
What was that?
To infinity and beyond.
Off the map, we're not playing anymore.
Also, Cactus, I don't know, but he's not being subtle about it or obvious either. He's just kind of, I don't know, lost in thought for a moment.
I'm gonna ask if that's his house.
Okay, so
It
as
is.
you
Yeah.
Oh. move, sorry, I've had to change the camera. Just have to do a quick update on Roll20. Bear with me, real quick.
That's okay. Lord on Kratos.
Yes, so, I suppose it still is. I mean, it's still standing. I doubt anyone lives there anymore. I have long taken my inhabitants in the palace, sleeping in the quarters, serving as a palace wizard would. But one day I would have called that my house, yes.
Looks like a nice place. Well, I mean, not right now.
It was.
But yeah.
As you say, it was a nice place. One of the rafters collapsed with a large booming noise, and you can see that the sort of internal structure has been heavily burnt away.
Lots of turns around. In
a little bit of berry glue and it'll be just fine.
distinct motion. And chooses to ignore the buried look.
You give him a pat on the shoulder.
Cheers.
Feel free to move again. And you are able to see through the gate in front of you into the palace grounds. And you can tell even from out here that it is really nice. It looks to be possibly one of the finest palaces that you've ever seen. Limited though that selection of palaces that you see may be. It's very clear that the area past this inner wall and gate has seen very little of this demonic presence and remains in fantastic condition. As you are making your way towards the gate, however, you hear behind you as you walk these same demonic sounds get louder and thunderous footsteps approaching. And as you turn, you spot, pretty obviously, a very large demon and his 3 underlings approaching you. And now it would be time to roll for initiative.
There is Barrett.
Oh. Dated.
I'm gonna have to mess with this a little bit because it's not showing anywhere near enough of the screen on Roll20. There we go. Cool.
12.
Alright, let me start inputting things into the initiative tracker. Alright. Discord, where are you? There you are. Where did the rolls start? Sorry.
I think I was the first one.
M was first.
So-
D6.
Oh, so it's M the 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So M is 14. Then Fanny Boss is 6. And Shreed is 8. Solgrit is 8.
18.
18.
I get
18?
advantage.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 18. And Gershaw is 12.
Mentally.
And Theratos is 16. Okay, Solgrit, it is you to go first.
Fun.
So as you are set upon by these demons, the acrid stench of sulfur fills your nose. It mixes with the smoke and creates this sort of brimstone effect. The demons in front of you are all snarling and growling. The 3 closest to you have got 4 arms, and I will post these into to Discord actually, so you can see what they look like in setting info. So the smaller 3 in front look like this, and the big chap at the back, he stands much taller, huge musculature. He's wielding a fiery whip and a sort of transparent sword, and he seems to command the smaller 3 to attack you. Although Solgra, you have the ability to move much faster, and so you'll get your turn first.
Cool.
Oh, and yeah, no, you're right. That's a gameplay thing. I forgot about that. There we go. Yes, Capo, you're right. He would be. He is actually a huge monster, so he would take up 4 squares.
Okay.
I knew I'd forgotten to do something. So yeah, there you go, Solgren. It is your turn.
Okay. I would like to rage.
Of course.
And I am going to move my full distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, let me just double check. Yep. And I'm just going to stand there looking menacing because I've got nothing else to do right now.
You don't want to ready up an action?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Anyone, any that come near me, I'd like to be able to,
To whack them.
Yeah.
Alright. So remember you've got that reaction lined up so I don't have to remember everything.
Yep.
And that will bring it down to the turn of one of these smaller demons, who are still large demons technically. I don't know if any of you want to roll either history or arcana check to sort of maybe see if you know what these are. I'll let you do it as a single roll for both kinds of creatures.
Sure. $17.
Alright, let's see what anyone else gets if they're rolling for it.
14.
18.
Alright, so Thratos and Gershaw both are going to be able to correctly identify these particular creatures. You know from, be it reading various books or studying something about demons, or you choose how you would have learnt this, but you recognize that the smaller ones, and goddamn I wish there was actually pronunciation for this somewhere, are Glabrazu, or Glabrezu. Each of them having 4 arms and being very evil and violent. You might also understand that they speak Abyssal and have telepathy. But both of you know that the huge fiend stood behind them and commanding them is likely what summoned them to this location, and it is a Balor. And it is known for its ability to attack with both its whip and its fiery longsword. A lot of fire damage is coming off of this thing, and also, you think, Gershaw, you've heard either in passing or in some way, shape, or form, you have some sort of innate knowledge. You know that the Balor has the ability to teleport.
I relay that information to the party as quickly as I can.
So you're just sort of screaming and shouting out information to the party as you ready yourself for combat.
Teleporting big thing.
Gotcha.
And it snarls at you as it sort of whips the whip and creates like a bullwhip sound effect, and as fire spews from the end of it as the whip cracks.
Just sort of wave back at him. Hi, big boy.
So it's one of the Glabrazu that are going to take their turn next. And it begins to cast a spell, sort of muttering in this deep voice, abyssal words that you can't understand. And it casts Power Word Stun at Solgra. And and it will just outright, wow, Power Word Stun is powerful. Yeah, so it does Power Word Stun on Solgra, and because Solgra has, how much HP do you have, Solgra?
95.
Yeah, that is fewer than 150 hit points, so you are stunned.
Bear with.
And I'm also going to...
Which one it is.
Oh, I didn't number these either. That one's number 1.
Features.
That one's number 2. And that one's number 3, so I can keep track of them. So number 2, I'm just going to mark that he's used his 1-a-day spell. So he can't use anything else.
Okay. Yep, I'm stunned.
That does mean at the end of each of your turns, you can roll a DC 16 intelligence saving throw to no longer be stunned. Yeah, so yeah, DC 16 saving throw on int, and you'll be able to be unstunned.
Can outside interference, or outside interaction help? Someone
I
move solver.
don't know. Let me just double check the stunned effect. A stunned creature is incapacitated, it can't move and can only speak falteringly. The creature fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage. So that is what stunned is.
We can't help Solver.
Not really, no. Solgar will need to roll a saving throw at the end of her next turn to be unstunned.
Does it have the thing that every time it takes damage can roll again?
It's not concentration based, as it's a power word spell. It's quite powerful. It's like the most powerful thing it can do. So no, attacking it wouldn't cause it to. It doesn't. Yeah, duration's instantaneous. It just casts it out there by saying the spells, and now it can't do any more spells today. So at least it's limited in what it can do. I'll give you that little tidbit. But that ends the Glabrazu's turn, and it makes it Thratos' turn now.
Briggy, was it the one that you marked?
Yes,
The
yeah.
weapon? Okay.
Yeah, that one that I've marked, it's used its 1 per day spell now.
Okay. Bear with while I scroll to my way too large list of spells. Where is it? Here. Some feeds. Okay, I'm gonna move in to start. That's not working. Why can I? But I don't have control over it. No, sorry, that's never mind.
I gave you control.
I've had
1, 2,
distances coming from me the whole
4.
time.
I made your
Yeah.
token and everything like an hour before we started, because I forgot that we didn't have a
yeah.
Thratos token.
Roll one more. I actually have one on my PC. I just forgot to send it to you, actually.
Well, you got that one
Well.
today.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. This one is lovely. And I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver on the Balor.
Okay.
And it will have to roll an int 16 saving throw.
Against all odds, it fails. That should
That's
not
good.
have failed that saving throw. I can't believe that. Like if you saw its
So it
stats,
begins.
if you saw its stats, you'd be like, "How? How did that roll below a 16?"
Okay, so I'm gonna roll damage first, which is gonna be Mind Sliver. A gentle 3 psychic damage. Jesus fuck.
3 psychic damage.
Yes, but more prevalently, it will have to just subtract 1d4 of its next saving throw.
I mean, it's already rolling poorly. Just for the sake of letting you know, this thing has, like, it had advantage against what you just did, and it rolled below 16 twice despite its mega high stats, so already my rolls are poor.
Now it will be poorer.
Yep. Alright, so he's got a minus 1d4 to his next saving throw, right?
Yes.
Alright.
I'll try to remind you as well.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. It doesn't have much in terms of bonus actions. Yeah, that's it for now.
Alright, that brings us to M.
Yeah, I'm gonna move here, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna move here and attack the one to my side of the screen, the tiny one on my side of the screen.
Alright, so the one at the bottom, yeah?
Yep,
Yep.
crossbows.
Alright, roll to hit.
I believe I don't have sneak attack.
No, you do not.
Okay. What if I did a stealth check? Yeah.
I mean, you could attempt to hide if you want, I guess.
How much have I moved? 1, 2, 3.
I'm very excited to read party chat after this.
I could try. What if I move one back and I hide behind this thing and then do a stealth check?
Hide behind what thing, sorry?
I'm behind
Oh, that's
the
that's
bit of the
yeah,
house.
that's technically over you. That's an awning to the building that you stood next to.
Is it a bit darker though?
I mean, there's light coming from inside that particular building. The light being fire, but stealth check with
didn't start
disadvantage.
the-
It would be.
Stealth with disadvantage. What if I had an advantage on stealth if I moved less than half of my speed on my turn?
Then that would just cancel it out to a regular roll.
Can I try and do a stealth check?
You can, but the hide action will be an entire action.
So I can't get the sneak attack. Bottom line. If I'm
Not this
hiding.
turn.
I'm gonna stand where I was gonna stand and I'm gonna try and attack anyway. So I attack the one at the bottom. 14.
And 14 is a miss.
Okay, can I use inspiration and attack again?
Yeah, you can use your inspiration.
13. So I guess
Also
first
a
one
miss.
misses. Okay. Second one. 23.
23 will hit.
Nice. Plus 5. 9 damage.
9 damage. So it's roaring and snarling at you as you attack it.
Okay. Just chilling now.
All right. So that means it is now the Balor's turn. And the Balor flaps its huge leathery wings as it takes flight above the street. And it moves. Get the ruler a second. Oh yeah, you can do that. And it flies above the street over Solgra and remains about 10 feet in the air, looking down at Sharid.
Bruh.
It's a real bruh moment right there.
And it is unable to hit you with its longsword as you are out of its range. However, it does raise its arm and brings down the whip with fury. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Alright, so it hits you with the whip, and you receive 17 slashing damage from the whip.
Okay.
And you also receive 10 fire damage from the whip.
Okay.
And can you roll a strength saving throw for me, please?
Yikes. 5.
And as you are struck by the whip, it wraps around Shareed's body, and the Balor pulls with its strength and lifts Shareed into the air, and he grabs Shareed and pulls him up into the sky, and that ends his turn as the Balor holds on to Shareed as it grins evilly and snarls at you as it constricts you, and as it continues flying about 10 feet above the ground in that position.
Out of curiosity, does Oscar get a turn in this, or
Nope.
is he? Damn it.
Oscar will not get a turn in this. So, let me go ahead and move Shareed. You are now in the clutches of the Balor, and that means that it's Gershaw's turn.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna move around the. Is it Balrog? Is it?
The Balor.
Balor.
It is 10 feet directly off the ground, currently.
Okay. So I'm gonna move around it like so to here. It's still within 10 feet of me, right? Like that's still within range of my arms, the astral self, right?
What's the range on arms of the astral self?
10 foot.
You gotta take into consideration that he's 10 foot up as well, so you'll need to pretty much be stood, like, next to him.
Okay. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use so summon the Armored Astral Self, so spend another key point to do that again.
Alright.
So he's got to
Roll
do
rolls a hit, I suppose. Oh no, yeah, this is a he's got to do the saving throw.
Saving throw, let's say I think Dex 13.
Dex
He'll
13?
probably pass. He'll pass it.
Right, Dex 13 saving throw, minus 1d4?
Oh,
Capo?
was that his next saving throw?
Yeah. Capo, 1d4, right?
Sorry, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
He unfortunately passes,
It's okay.
even with the minus.
Yeah.
That was very clear that I asked to roll because it could have literally gone either way, that one.
I'm gonna attack him twice.
Alright, roll to hit.
Not 1v2. 18.
Will not hit.
And I'll try attack again. $22.
That will hit.
Cool. I'm gonna roll damage. $11 damage. Force.
11 force damage. Cool.
Will it count as an interaction to try and then grapple him, or try and get Shareed free, or will that count? Would that count as an action?
Let's have him. Let's have him. Actually, okay. So if you're close enough to do that, we'll have him roll a saving throw to see if he drops Shareed. So
Okay.
he unfortunately does not. However, technically you're not close enough for that, so I'm gonna let that slide.
My arms then can reach.
Yeah, your arms can reach, but you're not close enough for this thing, so it's fine.
Oh,
We're not going
okay.
to roll anything for that. So unfortunately, he's still gripping Shareed. I made it a DC 15, and he rolled a 16, so that's how I'm going to rule it.
So whenever someone attacks him, he's got to roll a
He's
saving
got
throw.
he's got to roll a strength saving throw to see if he drops Shareed.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Is there anything I can? Or would that the 1d4 count against it still from Capo's attack? Or
No, it was just his next saving throw, which he already had to do for your Arms the Astral Self.
Sweet. Yeah.
Alright.
That is my turn.
Alright, so it's Glabrazu number 1 to have their turn. And he is gonna... Alright, how far can he move? Cool. So, how far is 40? Alright, Glabrazu number 1 is gonna go attack Solgra because it's the only thing he can reach. So he runs up to Solgra and using his pincer. Oh no! Oh my god! This is why challenge ratings are BS. This is gonna be nasty. All right, so first attack hits and
here.
first attack hits and does 21 bludgeoning damage to Solgra, so that becomes 10 because of rage. So you take 10 damage from that one. He attacks again with the pincer and misses. Okay. Then he attacks with a fist. He's got 4 arms. So the fist will hit and do 4 damage because of your rage. And he's going to hit you with the other fist and miss again. Okay, so out of 4 attacks he hits 2. And it's absorbed by rage. Fair enough, okay? That seemed way scarier as I was reading it before I actually did it. So that's its turn. It comes at you all 4 arms, the pincer arms with the crab claws at the end. One manages to grab you and cut into you, and then he might just hit you with one of the fists. So even though you're stunned and he gets advantage on those, he missed multiple shots. So yeah, not as scary as it first seemed. And that's the end of its turn, bringing us to Sharid. Sharid, could you roll a what would you have to roll for that? Roll strength saving throw, please.
19.
Not gonna do it, unfortunately.
I don't think I can literally ever get out of his grasp then.
He just loves you too much.
So you struggle ineffectually against the grip of this Balor as it just sort of laughs at you as it sees you trying to escape. Although I'm going to rule that because you're gripped, you still could do any spells that are basically verbal components only.
Okay.
You can't move, and your attacks are going to be at disadvantage if you try and do any melee attacks. But your any spells with verbal components will be the same as usual because he's not gagged you or anything.
Okay. I'm just gonna somehow I don't know twitch my hip and flip a berry into my mouth with an expert acrobatic skill and eat my buff berry.
I will allow it. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm gonna try and cast polymorph on it. So I'm gonna flip another berry at him, grab it with my feet or something like that, and try and throw it at his mouth to make him eat a polymorph berry.
All right. What's the?
So it's a DC 15 Wisdom.
DC 15
No,
Wisdom.
is that right? Yeah, DC 15 Wisdom.
And he rolls a 21.
That is highly unfortunate. Alright, I guess I die. I mentally give a salute to the rest of the party, and I just sit there. Actually, no, sorry. As a reaction, I'm gonna put a spore down on it. And
All right.
It does the 2d6 necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage. Okay.
7.
minus 7 damage. Okay. And assuming that's the end of your turn, Fanny Boss, you're up.
Can I grapple a big boy from there? Or I need to move?
You need to move, but also I don't know if you'll be able to reach him. He is 10 foot off the ground, currently in the air. So you could give it a try, but you'd be attempting a grapple at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, alright.
When I move it right there, I wasn't need to roll again for that.
Grapple 5e.tools. Let's have a quick look at the grapple rules. Grapple. So you can use an attack action to make a melee spell attack, a grapple. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger than you, so you are large, as all humanoids are, and it's huge, so you can totally do that.
Okay.
Using at least one free hand, you try and seize the target by making a grapple attack. A strength athletics check is contested by the target's athletics or dexterity check. The target chooses the ability to use. You succeed automatically if your target is incapacitated. If you succeed, you subject the target to the grappled condition. The condition specifies the things that end it, and you can release the target whenever you like. So he is going to choose, knowing his stats, he's going to go with strength. So it's going to be strength versus strength. So roll an athletics check, and he's going to roll an athletics check.
Gotcha. 23.
He rolls an 18! Holy crap! So you manage to leap off of the ground and cling to this Balor and sort of drag him with your, like, the dwarven weight to the floor. Like, you both land that whole 10 feet. He's all the way down on the ground now. He releases Sharid from his grip as you sort of, like, you know, get him in a headlock. And so you are currently grappling the Balor.
Excellent. I'm assuming I can't attack him when I'm grappling.
I have an extra attack.
You have an extra attack.
But can I do it with like grapple?
You should be able to.
So you can move the target at some point in the future.
Well, the grapple is an attack action, isn't it? So if you have two of those...
It takes one of my attack actions though.
Yeah.
I've got 2 attacks.
You could actually, like, attack it with a melee attack while you're grappling it. You'll get advantage on it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that then.
The greatsword is two-handed though, right?
Fuck it is.
Yeah, and you need at least 2 hands for it, and you've got one hand currently headlocking. You could punch. You could like kidney punch him.
Do an unarmed strike.
You could do an unarmed strike. Yep.
Awesome.
You could also, if you just to stop you, you could also, if you wanted to, as an option, you could do another athletics check against him to shove him prone to knock him to the ground, so that he'd no longer be grappled, but he'd be on the floor.
Okay.
So you can do that, or you can punch him. If you knock him prone, you'll have to like release your grapple though.
I'm gonna punch. It's not gonna do a lot of damage, but it was something.
Alright.
If it hits. So I'm gonna roll.
Remember you got advantage to hit as well.
Yeah, just got a critical.
20!
Oh, alright. This is amazing.
Big punch.
That's 12 damage. Is that what's your maximum with the punch?
Bludgeoning is 6.
Oh, so you literally, so just 12, that's going to be a 12 damage critical. That's going to be a straight kidney punch to this Balor. This is my new favorite thing. This is amazing. Oh, so he takes minus 12 damage. He is currently grappled, and he has released Sharid from his grip.
Can I say something while I do it and be like, why is your sword all wonky? It's like, you know. It's
You
not
can, and he's like struggling against you, trying to get this arm around. He's like snarling, and like you can see he's like just sputters of like flame erupting from his nose and mouth, like at you. You just like, oomph, just kidney punch him, and you can hear him howl. Holy crap! Nice. So yeah, I guess that's your turn.
Excellent. Yep.
God damn, that was awesome.
Amazing.
that was badass. So it's Glabrazoo's number 3's turn, and that one is gonna head in, rushing past Solgra, who is currently immobilized. That was. It can't quite make its way into combat, but it is now rushed towards the Balor, surrounded by all of you, and that is going to bring us to top of the initiative table. So it's Solgra.
Okay.
So if you could roll for me a what was that? A int?
In saving throw.
Yeah. Oh wait, I've got it open up on here. I have a separate thing. So. Oh, sorry, no, it's, going forward, it's going to be a con saving throw for stun, since this is no longer the first turn. So yeah, it's a con saving throw you gotta make.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, the int was the first turn thing, it wasn't the saving throw for this. I
Is this to get
misspoke. Unstunned.
Unstunned.
Yeah, don't roll for that. I realized earlier that this moment was going to come, and I realized we were going to roll an 18. You roll an 18 for that.
Wizards!
Wizards.
Alright, you are unstunned, thanks to Thratos' wizard power.
Okay.
Nobody knows what happened, but it happened.
He just knew you were going to roll that 18. He foresaw it, and so you were unstunned.
Okay. So I'm pissed. So I am going to let out a blood-curdling roar and use Intimidating Presence, which is Wisdom saving throw, DC 12.
DC 12. It rolls exactly a 12. I mean, it's a demon, so it's not super intimidated.
So,
Oh, actually, sorry, he gets advantage on that, but he's passed it anyway.
There. In that case, I'm just going to smack him.
Alright, roll to hit.
Wait, where am I going? There we go. Yeah, this is the one next to me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. 28.
Ooh, that will hit. You were so oh, you don't get the fighter thing where it's crit on 19,
No.
do you? No, unfortunate.
No.
But you do hit. Yes, that will most certainly hit this thing.
Cool.
So rolls the damage.
17 damage.
Yours, it's a magical warhammer, isn't it? 'Cause it's +1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 17 damage.
And then I'm going to use my second attack.
All right, go for it.
10.
That will not hit.
Fair enough.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's my turn over.
Alright, so it's number 2's turn again. And he's going to run in and start attacking you. And... oh no, what happened? Don't worry everybody, I think we're still streaming. It was just Discord that died. It's alright, Discord is back. For whatever reason, Discord was like, nah, fam, I'm out. But the stream continues. We're good. It looks like yeah, we're still live. Good. Why is it not showing the cameras? That's because the cameras aren't on. That would do it. There we go. That should have us with cameras again. It do. Okay. So, Discord wasn't impressed at the creature wanting to come and attack you, but it's still going to do it. So as it reaches you, it begins to attack with its pincers first, and it misses twice. And Sirenscape died next. Wow.
I'm still hearing it.
No, it was locally. Like, my Sirenscape player died. It's like, it went silent. I was worried. I was like, what happened? But either way, yeah, so my computer doesn't like anything going on now, and Solgriel's safe from the first two attacks. Sirenscape is back now. And he attacks with his fists, and oh, one of them will hit. So you will take 3 damage after your rage.
Music has stopped now. It hasn't crashed, but it's just stopped.
Yeah.
I've just heard the music come back. Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah, what will happen is when we restart Sirenscape, everyone else's will cut out, so we've got to reopen it then. After all the zombie noises.
I think it's just I need to move away from using Chrome. I think for all the stuff when I'm streaming, because it just takes up too much memory. I'm gonna start using Firefox for everything during stream. Yeah. Next week will be better. This week we just have to deal with it for the rest of the session. But everyone can hear the sounds. Alright, so he attacks and misses with all but one fist, even though he's, like, you know, flanking you with his friend. They apparently just look scarier than they really is. And you take 3 damage. Moving on. Who is next? Thratos, it's your turn.
Yeah. Thratos is just gonna step backwards a few steps. You know, a tactical retreat, as they call it. Definitely nothing else.
Smart wizard, smart.
And he's gonna take his staff. He's gonna tap it on the floor twice, and you'll see his eyes light up for just a moment. As he conjures this big spell, which I have tastefully renamed. I hope you don't mind. But he's gonna conjure Briggy's hand. Oh, can I not? Oh, there we go. He's gonna conjure a massive fucking hand, which is now canonically known as Briggy's.
It's Master Hand.
Briggy's hand, by the way, if you're curious. That hand is gonna make a wee swoop and go over to this guy and attempt to grapple him.
Alright, what do I have to roll against Bigby's hand? Sorry, against Bree's hand?
I believe it's... let me double check, but... strength score to resolve the grapple.
Oh, sorry.
Is it medium or smaller by any chance?
It doesn't look like the Roll20 on the stream is updating, so just give me a second to swap between the cameras and back. There we go, it has updated now. Right, cool. Sorry,
what's the size of the thing, if you don't mind me asking?
Large.
Good.
So what does he roll against that?
It's a strength, like, face off. That's all it says here.
Alright, so he rolls a 7.
Oh, I want to roll for this now, hang on. My strength is 26 with hands, so... plus 8, let's go. Yeah, 22.
He is now grappled by Briggy's hand.
Good. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna crunch, and I'm gonna try and crush it.
Alright.
For 2d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Roll the damage.
7. That's wonderful.
seven damage.
7 damage. And he's now grappled.
Just gotta move the hand so I can do the damage. He takes 7 damage, and he is grappled.
Your hand, technically, it's your
Yeah, I just gotta move my hand out of the way. Need to go get the need to go get the sounds. If you should have told me, I could have got the master hand sounds for the laugh.
Yeah, I should have. My bad. And that's all, because that was my bonus action.
All right, and that brings us to M. It is your turn.
Yeah, because the one is grappled. Or
Yep.
I thought there was someone else before me. Anyway, I shall move next to my buddy here and shoot at the one that is not grappled.
All right, roll to hit. You do have advantage because it's next to Solgra.
I know.
Yep.
It's 9. Only if I hit though.
Only if you hit. No, you got advantage on 2 hit. 27 will hit.
3, 6 plus 5. I think it's 5 5d6. So 11 of damage and 15 of sneak attack, so 26.
26 damage.
I go pure.
So yep, he takes 26 damage from your first attack.
D20 plus 9. Second crossbow 21.
That will hit.
Yay. D6 plus 5. 7.
And he takes another 7 damage from the second bolt. Sorry, that was 7 damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Cool. Yep, he takes 7 damage, and so yeah, both of those bolts soar through the air and just just smack him side on as he's focused on Solgra.
Yeah. Okay, and then I chin.
Cool, and that makes it the Balor's turn. And okay, so who is within 5 feet of the Balor? That would be Gershaw, Fannyboss, and Sharid. At the start of the Balor's turn, starting with Gershaw. Gershaw, you will take 16 fire damage. Fannyboss, you will take 13 fire damage. And Sharid, you will take 15 fire damage. As his fiery aura exudes outwards, it does damage to each of you that are within 5 feet of him. He is currently still grappled by Fannyboss. So he's going to attempt to break out of this. No, he's not. What he is going to do is teleport away from the group over here. But it does include everything he's wearing, which includes Fannyboss, as he is currently still in a headlock. And so now he pings away from the party as he deals with Fannyboss still clutching onto him. Unfortunately, it took everything that he had to teleport away from the rest of the party, so he's unable to break that grasp that Fannyboss has in the headlock. So it's going to end his turn there. Which means it is now Gershaw's turn.
Alright, I am gonna... Alright, let's do this. I'm over here. I'm gonna re-summon Arms the Astral Self, and then make all 3 enemies do the Dex 13 saving throw.
Okay, so number 1 rolls an 8, number 2 rolls a 22, and number 3 rolls a 4. So 1 and 3 both fail their saving throw.
Does the grapple affect that at all? Saving throw.
Good point. Should be disadvantaged. He rolled in that 20. Poor bugger. Let's try again. He still passes it. He's fine, even with the rolling with disadvantage.
Okay, so the first one, which failed, takes 6 force damage.
Minus 6. Yep.
Second one takes.
The second
6
one,
again.
I say number 3 takes 6 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, whichever one took damage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool. Yep. They've both taken damage.
Alright, then I'm gonna attack the one being grappled by Briggy's hand.
So you will get advantage, yeah.
Fantastic. There's just ADB at the end, right?
Yeah.
Critical hit.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. Maximum damage then.
That will be. Plus 16. 20 damage with the first one.
20 damage with a critical hit. So just move my hand again. So he takes minus 20. Okay.
And then.
16. Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Plus 16.
For his critical, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. If it was Solgra's critical, it might be dead.
19.
19 will hit.
Cool. And he's going to take. An additional 9 force damage.
And another 9 damage.
Okay. I was thinking Capo, I've just got I could potentially 4 attacks a turn, so it's kind of like a pretty weak source when it comes to like single attacks, but in terms of the variety and spread, that's why it's straight.
Spicy.
Alright, that is my turn done.
Alright, and that makes it number 1's turn. And it is going to cast a spell. It begins chanting deeply words of abyssal magic. And it begins to cast confusion. So each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point that you choose within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast a spell or be affected by it. So your save DC, both Gershel and Solgra, is a wisdom DC 16 saving throw, please.
16, dead on.
Alright, you pass, so you're fine.
$15.
Alright, you are affected by it. So, an affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. So, I'll remind you when we get to your turn again that you must roll a d10 and we'll determine what happens for your confusion. And that will end its turn, and now it's Sharid.
Okay.
I'm also going to mark that one as using its 1 per day spell.
Move up here. And try again to polymorph the big bad.
Alright, what's he got to roll? I've already forgotten.
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom. Goddamn disadvantage from... Yeah, he did with disadvantage, he's rolled a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna turn him into a little chicken.
A normal one or cousin Jimmy?
No, not Jimmy. No,
Oh.
just a regular chicken.
Alright, so he, let me check polymorph. So it's just regular polymorph, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I shout to Fanny Boss, don't hit it.
Why?
I don't have enough time to explain. I have 6 seconds, but don't hit it.
Well, let's load up another tab so I can have chicken. Stats of a chicken. It doesn't. Not even a bestiary for chicken.
Aww, cute.
Don't you need to pick something from the bestiary?
Oh, sorry. I'll go pick something really quickly.
So, beast of any type, and it has to be. Any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than. So you can pretty much pick any beast.
I will turn it into a I don't know. Into a giant crab.
A giant crab.
Crustacean.
Yes.
Hey!
Full though, not just half.
Alright. You watch as the Balor morphs and changes into a giant crab. Fanny Boss, you are unable to maintain your headlock as it no longer has a head. And you sort of just like slide off the carapace and land next to it.
Alright.
Oh, alright.
Crab. Crab.
What? The language the crab has no languages. Yeah, it just snaps its claws. Alright. Anything else, Sharid?
And then I'm just gonna use the rest of my movement to sidle up between my two friends here.
Alright.
And
that makes it Fanny Boss's turn.
I wanna hit it.
Don't kill the crab! Don't kill the crab! Don't kill the crab! Don't kill the crab! Don't kill the crab!
Can the crab attack me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I'm gonna move away from the crab. The crab's a bit of a meanie, I think. You know, I can't confirm him, but he seems pretty mean. So, well, yeah, he's not dead yet. So, I'm gonna dash. Looking at, I can see these squares. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah,
4.
sorry, did I not change them like I did last time?
Yeah, I think that's 5 there.
Sorry, let me change the thing for the
Yeah.
square color. What color do we want? Do we want mine to be white like that? Is that
That's
easy
much,
to see?
I can see.
That's a lot nicer.
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
And also, second movement now. And I'm gonna roll to hit that bad boy.
All right. Is your sword currently on fire or not?
No, I'm gonna use my bonus action for that.
All right. All right. So you use your bonus action to ignite the flame tongue. Roll to hit.
Yarp. Alright. 22.
That will hit.
Nice. Roll. It does fire damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll do slashing damage normally, and then you'll roll your extra damage on top of it, won't you?
Yeah.
So you need to tell me what you need to roll them separately and tell me which damage is which.
Yes. 12 for slashing.
Alright.
And then 2d6 for the fire, which is 7.
Alright.
Plus 19.
Okay, so you bring the sword down and you hit this demon. None of them are really looking particularly worn out just yet, even though they've taken a fair bit of damage. So they look concerned that their leader has morphed into a giant crab. And it's the Glabrazoo that's in front of Fanny Boss, whose turn is next. Sorry, was that all of your turn, Russell?
I can't do a second attack.
You can do a second attack, can't you? Yeah. Sorry.
I'll do it. No, I can't. No. Cool.
And I mean, you do have a second attack, so you got 2 attacks per turn, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I did use a dash. Oh no, okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You moved.
I used the dash, so I can't actually use another attack.
All right, so that brings it to the Glabrazoo that's fighting against you, and he, since you've hit him, he tries to hit you back. So first it's gonna be pincers, then he's gonna try and punch you. So pincer attack number 1, 27 hits, and he does 22 bludgeoning damage to you.
Bruh.
That's some big hits.
Oh.
He's gonna hit you again with his other pincer. Does an 18 hit? I forgot your EC.
Just, yeah.
And that does 12 bludgeoning damage to you.
That's just not.
And then he's going to try and punch you. So he misses with the first punch. He doesn't quite connect. And he misses with the second punch. So he manages to get you with the pincers, but he's so preoccupied on acting like his leader, the giant crab now, that he forgets how to punch with his fists. And that is going to bring us to Solgra, who's next. Now, Solgra, I'm going to need you to roll for me a d10, please. And tell me the results.
Sorry, me.
Eight.
So, the effects of confusion. You rolled an 8. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. So, looking at the creatures that we have within your reach, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 within your reach. So I'm going to roll a d4. Number 1 will be the Glabrazoo above you. Number 2 will be Sharid. Number 3 will be the Glabrazoo to the right of you. And number 4 will be Gershaw. So let me roll. So 1d4. And it rolled a 2.
Oh no. Damn it.
So you're gonna hurt Sharid in confusion. So roll to hit, please.
That does it.
And now roll your damage, please. You fully believe that you are attacking a demon in your confusion.
13.
I look a little bit hurt at Solgra, but I gave you good berries.
You
Oh god.
you don't understand any of what Sharid says. And let me just see how we end confusion. Alright, so now that you've taken your turn, at the end of each of its turns, an affected target can make a wisdom saving throw. If it succeeds, this spell ends for that target. So could you make, again, a DC 16? DC 16 wisdom saving throw for me, please. To see if you are no longer confused. In fact, I'm going to let you have advantage on this because maybe the hurt look from Sharid helps you realize that you're confused.
Can I give my Cardic to that?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Do you want me to?
And I don't think.
But that was
I think literally anything will work. 15.
Oh, you roll a 15? Yeah, in which case I don't even need to pull a card then. Yeah, using Sharid's Cardic Inspiration, we add that to your roll, and you are no longer confused. Like in Pokemon, it says at the bottom, like, Solgru is snapped out of her confusion.
Just, I look at my Warhammer and I look at the street and I'm just like, I'm so sorry!
There's like a demon. There's a demon either side of him, and you've just brought the Warhammer down on the Birdman in the middle.
Even the demons are confused.
That will make it number 2's turn, and he needs to get out of this grapple. What do I need to roll to get out of Briggy's hand?
It's his strength throw, I believe. Hang on, let me double check.
He fails. He rolled a 1.
Okay. Yeah, it's just normal grapple rolls.
Yeah, no, he rolled 1. He's not struggling hard enough. He's too busy cracking up, just cackling as he watches Solgra smash Sharid with the Warhammer that he can't even get out of the hold. So that brings us down to Thratos' turn.
Well, I'm gonna do my bonus action first. I'm gonna give him another squeeze because he's a meanie. Wait, do I need to? No, I just roll damage, right? When it grapples?
Yeah, just roll the damage on him.
That's 14 bludgeoning damage for being a meanie.
Alright, he takes minus 14.
And you know what? For a good measure, I'm also gonna attempt a mind spike on the same guy. So I'm gonna try and make him think sad thoughts, and he has to throw a wisdom 16 saving throw.
And he passes.
Okay, so you take half damage.
Alright.
Level 5. No, level 4. It's gonna be 7 psychic damage as well.
7 psychic damage. So minus.
Yeah, that's all.
Alright. Cool, that ends your turn. That's going to bring us down to M, I believe. Yes, it's M's turn.
Hello. I would like to chew the one at the bottom that Fanny Boss is fighting.
Alright. So roll to hit.
Do I have advantage?
Yeah, you've got advantage because Fanny Boss is currently engaged with it.
So I have advantage and sneak attack.
Yeah, well you get if you've got advantage, that means you've got sneak attack.
27.
That will hit.
Okay. 10 plus 6 plus 21.
21
I
damage?
hope I don't kill it. 10 plus 21 of sneak attack.
Alright, so that's 31 damage.
And then other one, which doesn't have advantage, right?
It has advantage, you can't use sneak
But it
attack twice in a
doesn't have
turn.
sneak attack.
Yeah.
17.
17 will hit.
Six.
And he takes 6 damage.
Then just chilling. I'm
All right.
singing a song about being underwater. It's a song from home.
So you managed to do a fair bit of damage to this demon, but it is absolutely focused on Fanny Boss in front of it, and it just kind of shrugs off the attack. You can see that you made contact. You can see that you did big damage to it, but it just does not care. It's sort of growling and roaring right in Fanny Boss's face right now.
That's fine.
Cool.
As long as
So
it's not my face.
now it's the giant crab's turn. So he's got a speed of 30 feet. Cool. He can still do stuff. I need to get rid of all of this, please. Let's just move. Oh, someone else. Don't move it on top. I need to do this. God damn it! It's funny, but you're making my life difficult. Okay, so the giant crab is gonna move right next to Sharid. And it is going to attack you with its claw. Snappy, snappy. And...
Snee, snap, snap.
and it hits you with a 21 when it attacks you. And it does 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it grapples you.
God, I picked a. Why did I pick a crab?
And I believe Polymorph is a concentration spell, yes?
Yeah. So I'll roll my 10.
Go ahead. And see if you can maintain the Polymorph.
Oh my god. Does someone have inspiration?
Right, Grace, can you check the other to see if I got an inspiration? If so, you can use it.
You can use my inspiration.
Okay.
I'll go that the one I don't have to check.
How much do you need to roll, Cactus, before you do?
I need to roll at least a 10. Oh, I forgot to add my constitution to that, I think. But,
Well, like, if you use the inspiration, I can remember that you already rolled that. You beat me to it earlier, but I totally remember that you were inspired and rolled a 14 that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 14 passes.
Alright, so you managed to maintain the Polymorph, however you are grappled by the giant crab.
Okay.
And that brings us down to... Who was after the Balor? It is now Gershaw's turn.
No attack, giant crabbo, right?
No, do not hit the crab.
The giant crab is currently like waving Sharid above it with in its claw. It's like Crab Raven. As it shakes Sharid back and forth.
Right, let's do some damage. I'm gonna continue attacking the one that's already grappled.
Alright. Roll with advantage to hit.
$27?
27 will hit. Roll your damage.
Gonna be 10 damage force.
Alright. So that's gonna take 10 damage. Okay.
I'm gonna do it again.
Roll to hit.
If I can type, that'd be great. Natural 20 again. Oh, sorry, critical. Yep, there.
Alright, so roll your critical damage. I mean, this is your second crit tonight, so you should know how to do it. How much?
18 force damage.
18, did you say? Yeah, you're cutting out like Schlee does.
18 force damage.
Okay, and he takes 18 damage. And finally, this particular grappled demon starting to look a little bit bloodied now. He's taken a good few hits, and he's not looking quite as fresh as he was at the start of combat now.
Right, I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows as well to get an additional 2 hits. 1 key point.
Alright.
So I'm gonna attack him again.
Alright, roll a hit.
This thing is going to die.
Not this turn.
21.
That will hit.
$11 damage, force.
He'll take 11 damage.
And then the next attack. 26.
That will hit.
Another 10 force damage.
And 10 damage. That's definitely brought him down a fair chunk. He's looking a bit punch drunk now. After those that order that you just did. I believe that was 4 punches within your turn.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I can do.
So moving down the list, it is Glabrezu 1, who is stood next to Solgra. He's going to attack Gershaw this time.
I'm going to use my sword as a reaction when it starts.
You can't. You're grappled. You don't get reactions when you're grappled.
Oh.
Yeah. Your movement speed is 0. You get no reactions. And you're at disadvantage until you get out of the grapple.
Snap.
Unfortunate, I know. But he's going to attack Gershaw. And he's going to hit with his... So 2 pincer attacks coming up. First one hits and does 15 damage, bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Second one crits and does... mental math. Does 43 damage.
I'm knocked out.
And you are not unconscious. It then decides to turn, and since it can distribute its attacks, it punches Shareed. And the first one misses, and the second one hits, and Shareed, you are going to take 9 bludgeoning damage as it punches you.
Okay.
So, Gershaw is currently pincered out cold.
Can't do the normal thing of like
just pushes you over. So you are currently knocked out. That brings us down to Shareed. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to slap the one underneath me. Oh, sorry, I'm going to take my the wrist sword thingy out.
You're going to need to roll to get out of grapple.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be strength check. Versus 18 versus giant crab. You managed to somehow get out of the clutches of the giant crab. You are no longer grappled.
I'm free. I'm guessing I still don't have reaction, right?
No, you're fine now because you're out of the grapple. You're back to normal.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna pull out my sword and stab the one underneath. What is the roll of it? 1 second. Alright, I've never used this sword before. Okay.
So you're stabbing the one that's currently grappled, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
think 15.
a 15 will not hit.
That is unfortunate.
But you get advantage because he's grappled.
We will try again. 28.
That will hit. So roll your damage.
Okay. So that's gonna do 1d6 plus 5. Okay. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to convert it back into the other form. So that's like a DC 13 saving throw
For what?
for slashing damage.
So
Dex.
Dex. So Dex 13. It fails on a 12.
Okay. And it takes another 4 damage.
So what was the total though?
14 slashing.
14 slashing damage. Minus 14. Is yours a magical sword?
It is not. I don't think it's made of wrist something.
Oh yeah, it's the wrist sword. Okay, yeah, that counts.
Oh, cute.
Minus 14. Cool. Yep, so he's taking 14 damage. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Alright, and that brings us down to, who is next? Fanny Boss, it's your turn.
Smack time. Smack that bad boy. Right there. Again.
Alright, roll to hit.
Yeah. 22.
That'll hit.
Let me roll my damage because I keep forgetting my damage rolls for some reason. 2d6 plus 5. 15.
So, was that 15 slashing?
Just slashing, yeah.
Alright, minus 15 slashing. And the fire damage?
On that. 10.
Alright, so he takes the fire damage too.
I'm going to roll to hit again.
Alright, roll to hit. You notice after the first swing that you have that he's looking pretty bad now. At least he's looking bloodied.
14.
14 will not
use
hit.
Inspiration.
You could use inspiration.
Use inspiration for this.
Alright, reroll it.
24.
That will hit.
Thanks. 5. 11.
11 slashing damage.
Yes. And 7 for the fire.
And he takes his fire damage too. Alright, he's not looking too good. He's still on his feet though, and he's still angry, and now it's his turn. And so he's going to attack you out of pure anger. And what's your AC again? Is it 19?
It is 17.
17, okay.
Yeah.
So he hits with the pincers, and only one of them manages to actually break through your armor. Sorry, what? Doing 23 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, have a look at my health.
Did you not take the long rest?
Yeah, I did.
How much health have you got left?
17.
Alright, well, he's going to punch you. And
Yeah, thought I could finish it off. But,
and both his fists just smack into your armor and do nothing. So he misses with those, and that brings us back up to Solgra's turn. Who is no longer confused and has no problematic effects.
yeah.
The one on the right should be pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this demon with the horns and the two giant pincers and two arms underneath those. Then right behind it, you see a giant crab just sort of swaying back and forth.
But if I go for the one on the right, I'm currently attacking the one on the one like above me, so that provokes an attack of opportunity.
No, it's attack of opportunities if you leave their range. You can still distribute your attacks amongst your own range as well without taking attacks of opportunity.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna hit the one on the right.
All right, roll the hit
With advantage, I think.
with
Because
advantage,
grappled.
yeah, because he's grappled.
Okay, cool. Yeah, why have I figured that one? 26.
That will hit.
$15.
15 damage. Okay. So he takes 15. He's really not looking good.
Well, he's gonna get it again.
Alright, roll a hit with advantage.
19.
19 will hit.
Another 14 damage.
And he takes 14 damage. And he's really looking bad. Like, blood is pouring down his face, parts of his bones, and like the muscular structure of him just crushed and knotted. But he's still breathing, I guess. Yeah, demons, they breathe, why not? There's still like a bit of fire in him.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to hit him again.
Alright, roll to hit. With advantage, of course.
17.
That will hit.
$12.
12 damage will outright kill him. And as you bring the hammer down, you hear the cracking of bones and the shattering of the rib cage, and even the pincers shatter. And as you bring the hammer down, the demon is engulfed in a tower of fire. And as the fire roars from the ground, it seems to completely consume this demon, its entire form. And as it burns away, you see, just for a moment, at the foot of the demon, a skeletal hand grip around its ankle and pull it down through the ground as it vanishes.
Does that fire do any damage?
Nope.
Okay.
And Briggy's hand just remains floating there. So that was number 2 who is dead. Remove number 2 from the initiative tracker. Alright, it's dead. Is that the end of your turn?
I believe so.
Alright, so since he's dead, Thratos, it's your turn.
Okay. So as my I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna start with the bonus action. I'm gonna yeet. Oh, oops. Briggy's hand is gonna float through the air and just go hello, and grab onto this guy. And attempt to grapple him.
Alright, so for strength. For strength, he rolls a nat 20. He rolls 25.
Okay. I'm gonna. Where is my? Sorry. Or hamstring. There it is. Plus 8, 25. $26.
Oh my.
Okay, he's grappled.
No one stops Briggy's hands, you guys.
The most powerful hand known to man.
Take notes.
And then as my main action, I am going to cast a spell, and I'm going to cast Grease. Right
Oh no.
here.
Okay.
That is okay.
Crab is sliding.
Yeah, I'm gonna
With the tiny
grease up the crab's legs. For
I'm gonna cook
dinner. Maybe if we win. Get this stuff out. And that will, let me check.
Must be on a dexterity
That's
saving
it.
throw or fall prone.
Dex 16, please.
Dex 16 for the giant crab. Rolls a 12. The giant crab is now prone. He like zoop, 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 just falls on the ground like pincers, sort of flailing.
And then I kind of look out to the party. Anyone that's kind of looking at I guess I look over to him and I just go. Oh,
I
she
give you
wasn't
the
paying
same
attention.
look of disapproval that you gave me earlier, and I'm just.
Okay, in that case, yeah. Okay, well, that's my turn then. Some people can never be pleased.
And you started this, Mr. Dragon Wizard.
That's my turn.
Okay, that makes it's M's turn.
Ooh la la. I want to attack the one near Solgra. Plus 9 advantages. No, where went and that is a 12, so the first one doesn't hit.
It does not.
3 and 3, a double 3. Second one, D20 plus 9, advantage 19.
That's the thing, you've not used your sneak attack, which means you still get to sneak attack now. You've hit, so you can still sneak attack now.
6 plus 5, not 5. Yeah. 6 plus 5 for normal. Oh, okay, that's a 9 plus R, 5, 8, 6, 18. 9 plus 18 to the 1 year.
Okay.
27.
Alright, so finally this one as well is beginning to look worse for wear and looking bloodied now.
I will use just a tiny fraction of second of my turn to look back at Kratos.
And you look
Yeah,
back at
Travis is
Kratos.
not looking at you anymore. Sorry to disappoint.
Okay, sorry, you're so much better than all of us.
And that brings us down to the giant crab, who
No, that was a
attempts.
salt shaker, but sure, yeah.
So, how do we deal with prone? It is an option to crawl unless it stands up there by ending the condition. Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. The creature attack roll gets a creature at disadvantage. Okay. So it is going to stand, and it is going to attempt to move out of the grease. That's it. So, as it moves, I'm just going to move it 1 square first. So it's still in the grease. What was the saving throw?
16.
Alright, so it has to do Dex 16 for the giant crab. And it falls over again. So it stands up, it tries to walk away, and it slips and falls in the grease again. Still
bless you.
claws flailing and snapping away. And that brings us down to Gershaw's turn, who needs to make a death saving throw, please. Actually, no, I do them, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
So the dice of death says, okay.
Oliver, you might want to check the chat.
Why, what's...
And maybe decide to roll that in a different place.
Twitch chat. Not
Oh,
not
Twitch, oh, okay, sorry. I've been half reading it. I mean, my dice are fairly unsanitary, Margash. you take your life into your own hands with that one.
Oh my.
It's cool, I know him.
Yeah, coffee, we're just
That's
laughing.
He knows not to push it too far. Okay. So Gershaw's death saving throw has been rolled, so it brings us to number 1.
that
And
the first saving throw, by the way?
that was the first saving throw, yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna note down, so that's fine. I know what's going on. Okay, so number 1 is going to attack Sharid because he's not as scary as Solgra. I mean, he doesn't know Sharid very well, otherwise he wouldn't, but he looks less scary than Solgra. So, pincer attack number 1. What's your AC again, Sharid?
18.
18. So that's a hit with 20 damage, 20 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And he's going to attack you again and miss. And then he's going to attack you by punching you. And the first punch is a hit. And that does 2 damage.
Okay.
And he's going to attack you again. And that hits. And that one does 7 damage.
Right. How many concentrations do I have to roll for that?
3 in order, because it's per hit. So roll
Right.
concentration.
So it'll be a D20 for all of. So a D10 for all of them, I think.
All right.
Fail. I don't have inspiration for the first one that
You
failed.
can use mine if I've got any. Can you check my notes, Briggy? Just double check. It will
Gershor
be in
notes.
other
Oh, it's
somewhere.
notes other. Oh, you've got a lot of stuff written down. Whereabouts is the? You got 2 inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've
Okay,
got card.
I'm gonna reroll that first one.
I've not got then just use one of the original one and the one.
No, so you got 2 regular inspiration. So you giving one to Shrewd.
Yep.
All right, reroll it,
Feel free
Shrewd.
to-
Okay, and that one passes.
Okay, so that puts Gershor at 1 inspiration remaining.
Thank you.
Okay, so the crab remains crab. That's what matters.
And did you roll all 3 of the concentration? All right, so that's a pass
Yeah.
for all 3. All right. Okay, so crab remains crab for now. You understand how polymorph works, right, Shrewd?
Yes.
Okay, good. I feel like you should be more worried about that.
Yeah, I'm very careful not to let concentration break or not to let this crab die.
All right, so
The crab
that's
must be preserved.
so that brings us down to Sharid's turn now.
I'm going to distance. Actually, I'm just gonna pop another buff berry.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do a thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try and blight the guy in front of me. It's a con 15.
Con 15. Okay, so he
Yeah.
rolls Constitution. And that's a very high roll. Okay, so he's fine. He rolls 25.
Okay, so it'll be a half of 39.
Okay. I'll be nice.
Necrotic.
We'll round it up to 20. Instead of rounding down for a change, just to be nice. Alright, so he takes damage, and you're
And then
looking at both of these small minion demons. You can see that they're both looking about the same in terms of health and ability to stand and fight back. They're not doing quite so good.
and then another 2d6 necrotic as a reaction with my spores.
Alright,
That's Snevin.
so minus Snevin. Okay. And is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, Fanny Boss, you're up.
Smack. Again.
Alright, you've got advantage because he's grappled, so don't forget that.
Oh, he's got advantage?
Yeah, you've got advantage against him, so
On every hit.
Nice. 22?
22. It was either of those a 19. Just don't forget you got your critical on 19, don't you? So 22 will hit.
Yeah.
Roll both your damages for me.
Okay, it might be worth doing your other roll as well, just to see if you get a crit.
Well, we can do that after he's done the damage on this one, so
Okay.
That's fair.
yeah.
Right.
So slashing damage.
Nope. So that's a. That won't do
Do you have
crit.
5 damage as well?
Yes, I'm gonna do that.
You
2d6.
do each attack.
So that's gonna be. Yeah. So there's gonna be 10 and 7.
So
17 for the first attack.
So 10 slashing and 7 fire, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And go in for your second attack with advantage.
Yeah. 22. I'll see if we can get a crit for the next one though.
Yeah, make sure you roll your advantage.
Yeah. No, so 22 it is without
Yep.
critical, so I'm just gonna do plus 5. That's 16.
16 slashing.
Yes.
Alright.
And for the fire, it's 6 on top of that.
Alright, so that's some big damage. This guy's not looking very healthy at all, and he's struggling to maintain himself while grappled in Briggy's hand. He's having a bad time. But that makes it his turn now. Was that the end of your turn?
Well, there's not much else I can do, I don't think.
Alright, so he's going to try to get out of this grapple. So he's going to roll on his strength check, and he rolls a 17. Kappa?
Ready to roll as well? Sorry, I forgot again.
I believe so, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so he rolls a 17 on his strength.
I wanna use lucky and re-roll that.
Do you have lucky?
Yeah.
I
I
thought
told
that-
you I put all the cheese I could find on this
I
guy.
thought that was halflings only. Did you do? Have you got a variant dragonborn?
No, I got the lucky feat.
Oh, okay, yep, go ahead.
I put every little last bit of cheese that I could find on this dude. Just rolled my memes. 24.
Alright, he's still grappled, so that's going to end his turn because he can't get out of that. Solgra, back to you.
Sorry, we're fighting with the earphones right now. So while Shreed and Demon guy are like grappling with each other, I'm gonna take the time to stabilize Ursula.
Alright. So, roll me a medicine check, please.
Okay.
You can use my inspiration as well. Can you take my other inspiration, Briggy?
That would be your last inspiration, yep. So, re-roll it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, that's
Gershot
great.
instantly dies.
Yeah.
Alright, so you fail to help Gershol there, unfortunately.
Well, fuck.
Actually, I didn't even look at the rolls. Let me just try. I just went from what you guys said.
3
Oh
and
yeah,
7.
yeah. You did not help.
My bonus action is...
And in that case, I'm gonna use my bonus action to punt the other demon in anger.
All right, roll to hit.
Apparently too angry to even hit now.
All right. Unfortunately, you are unable to achieve much there. And that brings us down to Thratos.
Oh shit, already.
Yeah. Everyone's getting way faster at taking the turns now. It's great.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Oh, you're gonna hate me.
I'm looking forward to this.
You said the crab had moved one space in trying to get out of the crease. Did he do that?
Yeah. He moved once and fell over again.
Okay, I'm gonna cast crease next to the one I did before, kind of the direction he's moving.
Is it another 4 squares?
Yes.
Alright, so that means that I guess Grease then will take up
basically a 2x4 with him in the middle of it.
It's gonna be that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want it to look like that. It's not ice. Alright, so the grease currently exists there.
Very nice. And then as a bonus action, Briggy's hand is gonna commit another squeeze.
Another crush. Alright,
well,
roll.
but I'm flavoring it,
Yeah. roll damage.
Flavoring as a squeeze.
Squeeze.
For another 14 bludgeoning damage.
That demon is a froob.
A what now?
A froob.
Slowly squeeze it out.
Yeah, it's yogurt in a tube. A froob. Do you not have froobs?
No.
No,
Oh my god. Froobs are amazing. Yeah.
Please never do that ever again.
The thought of
How'd you write
doing that is really cursed.
Did we just lose Discord again? Sorry guys, this is weird. Let me just bring Discord back. Wow, Discord is really dead this time. Are we still broadcasting, or did my computer just give up entirely there? There we go.
Let's click disconnect.
Disconnect.
Yeah, apparently, apparently Discord isn't a fan of froobs either. So we just... Discord die again? My Discord is frozen. Sorry about this, everybody. Let me just actually kill Discord and restart it properly. Hopefully you all can still hear me. I think my microphone's still coming through okay and the music. But yeah, Discord just straight up dead. I am trying to reload Discord. I mean, does this technically mean that everybody dies if I can't actually connect to them? It looks like we're still streaming, so that's good at least. Discord refuses to open now. It literally won't reopen at all. I'm still, I don't know who are we hearing? I don't hear anybody. Discord's having a bad time. Wouldn't it be great if we could use, like, you know, some reliable software? A second piece. Yeah, I could do with a streaming machine just to run everything on. That would be nice. Discord, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really like it if I could talk to my friends again. Am I in Discord over Discord? Yeah, a little bit. Wow, it is. I'm just looking at Task Manager trying to deal with it, and it's just got loads of, like, Discord icons in Task Manager that have got, like, 0 CPU. It's just not loading. Yeah, I was looking into Skype at some point. Come on, Discord. You wanna help me out here? Hello.
How you getting on, mate?
Discord's just refusing to load entirely. We're still streaming. They can hear me.
Hi, guys.
People know that Charles is in the same house. Impromptu break. I mean, we were going to hopefully finish up soon for a cliffhanger, which I'd like to do if Discord would work with me here. Like, it really don't want to load at all. Hello, second voice.
Hello, Silver.
Oh, we have live in Discord. It's starting. It's actually starting. I mean, I've got a little spinny for starting, but nothing else yet. Come on. Well, this is weird, guys. Also, like, I think Sirenscape died too. Yeah, Sirenscape has died. Still waiting for, like, Discord showed up with the window and says starting, but it's not actually doing anything. I've just got like a blank screen. I'm gonna try one more time to just kill the process. Like, end task on Discord. Let's try booting it one more time, see if that fixes it. Oh, that was faster. I mean, we're still streaming at least, which is good, and I've still got things loaded up. We just don't have the party, which is like the main thing. I don't, and why is Discord dying so badly? Okay, I am gonna... What am I gonna do about this? I'm gonna try closing everything apart from the stream and loading Discord up and see if we can force it to boot. And then try and get this to work a little bit, which is going to mean closing a lot of tabs. I feel like Chrome is at fault with this, and it's not actually Discord's fault. Wow, I haven't seen grep in quite a while. Oh. Discord changed a slightly different shade, as if it was doing something. Right, let me just kill off Chrome. Like, goodbye, Chrome. We don't have any of that loaded now. So, end task on everything that isn't OBS. Kill it all. Come on, Discord. Load. Why is it hanging on starting? What has happened? I'm sorry, everybody. This is a really, like, shitty way to, like, do the stream at the end. It's really not liking it whatsoever. Yeah, guys, I think my machine just won't let me do this now. It looks like it needs a reboot. Which would mean stopping the stream. Damn it. Oh, it's really annoying. I hate that. Gang, are you all there? Like, listening in? And I'll do as a quick outro, I guess. With, like, no cameras or anything. Cool. If you're all listening, right, so this is what was going to happen anyway, because we were getting close to the end of the session. So here's here's your cliffhanger without anything actually on screen. Let's at least have some Sirenscape sounds. Will that reload? Alright, Sirenscape won't even... Everything has gone bad. Oh well. These things just tend to happen sometimes. I need to just not use Chrome next time. So, here we go. No background music, no cameras, no active party to listen who are going to have to listen to the stream. But you, as you all continue fighting the demons, you see off in the distance towards the gates of the city from the outside, from the more run-down section, you spot 7 figures running at high speed along the street, and you can, in the throes of battle, you recognize them to be Dragonborn troops of the rebellion, and you spot amongst them Astoria leading them as they ready their crossbows and aim, firing into battle. Oh, Sirenscape came back at least. Oh, wait a minute, do I have this? Do we have Discord? Oh, it's real bad. I think it's trying to load into the session that was already running. So they fire their crossbows into battle, glancing the 2 remaining demons, but doing little damage. It's going to take them several turns to reach you at this rate, at the speed at which they're running. You can expect their assistance in the next 5 turns. And as we end this week's session on this cliffhanger, when we return for episode 28 of the Ebon Death, there will be a 5-turn countdown for reinforcements to be close enough to do any actual damage, and you still have to deal with the polymorphed Balor, who is a giant crab, and the 2 remaining demons, putting you and your reinforcements right outside the palace gates to the Palace of Kurhar, where presumably the Emperor and Corporeus currently reside. With any luck, our intrepid adventurers will be able to rescue their friend and hopefully put an end to the terrors of the Kaharian Empire. Sorry, the Empire of Keralon, I suppose. We'll just grease it into infinity. Correct, that is quite possibly something you'll be able to achieve. So yes, that will end this week's session of the Ebon Death, and we will resume this fight where we left off next week. Thank you everyone for joining us, even with these technical difficulties at the end. Unfortunately, I can't get their reactions, but of course we were joined, as always, by Violin Solo portraying M, our Eladrin rogue, sneak attacking from the corner. We were joined by Fanny Boss, the ever valiant dwarven fighter, managing to kick some ass with that giant fiery sword that he's got. As played by Russell the Dude, we were joined by Cactus Room playing Shareed, the Arakocran druid, who was able to survive a horrible encounter with being grappled thus far. We were joined by Schliefidi, who plays Solgra, the barbarian, who was targeted horribly at the start of this because I know how powerful she is, and tactically she just needs to die. We were also joined by Guitar of CR playing Gershaw, who currently is in the throes of potential death, and we will have to see next week whether he survives. And of course, I believe we went through almost everybody apart from Third Fret Capo playing Thratos, the Dragonborn wizard for the current moment, as he guides the party through the city streets of Kurhar. Sorry, Ashley, that's just the way it goes. You're powerful, you need to die. That is just the correct tactical choice. And still you guys are choosing encounters that are significantly more deadly than they should be for you. And of course we were joined by AOD HQ, who could not do the second half of the session due to feeling not so well. Hopefully A will be back with us next week, portraying Oscar, our Wood Elf Bard. And normally this is where I'd make a joke about it being Charles's birthday, but this week something different has to happen. I'm sorry I couldn't do this actually on camera, but thank you for sticking around and hanging out with us so much, Birchie, and happy birthday to you, my dude. I hope it's been a good one, and thanks for hanging out with us on your birthday. That was really cool of you. But until next week, I'm gonna try and raid and see if that works and do the credits. So until next week, I hope you all have a good one, guys. Come check us out on Cactus Room's Sunday campaign for D&D, where I actually get to play, and check out all of these awesome people and their streams throughout the week, because they're all kick-ass people. And again, in chat, lots of happy birthdays to Birchie. Birchie, you're an awesome dude. And so we will see you next Wednesday for the conclusion, maybe, of the Capo arc. We will see. We'll see what happened to Caporius. Maybe he's not even in the palace, but let's hope he is, because that'd be really cool. But until then, have a great rest of your week and a great weekend, and we will see you same time on same channel with hopefully better working stuff. I hope so. That'd be real nice. But until then, catch you next time. Bye bye.
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 tropes. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high.